Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. 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 Bitch, one it was flat, honey. Flat. How's everyone doing on this wonderful Thursday afternoon? I hope you're doing well. Specifically better than Quavo because he's in debt news. Quavo has been ordered to pay nearly $700,000 for slapping a valet driver in 2018. 2018. I'll take 6 years. I want interest. I want interest. 6 years, you've been holding my $700,000. But I will say, would I take a slap for $700,000? Right here. Right here. Get me right here. Get the full. You can slap me free and clear for $700,000. For $700,000, I will take a slap. I'll take two. What the hell? You get $350 a cheek. $350 a cheek. I'll let you get a bow. But the incident happened at the Encore Hotel in Las Vegas, where plaintiff Antonio Henry worked, and video footage. Also, why would you do anything like that in Las Vegas, where you know you were on camera from the time the plane lands? But I digress. Him and several of his entourage members are seen striking Henry across the face. Quavo's attorney argued that Henry wasn't seriously injured during the altercation and instead was pursuing what he called a hip-hop lotto ticket. Bitch, you put your hands on me. I don't care how seriously injured you think I am or you think I'm not, because there could be some mental trauma in there, some anguish. Outside to see, you gave him the hip-hop lotto ticket. You could have kept your hands and your people's hands to yourself. To yourself. But you had people and yourself act upon your behest. And now you owe him $682,000 in compensatory and punitive damages for physical and emotional injuries. And that's setup money right there. And also, that's not taxed. I don't believe that money is taxed. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but I don't think that jury award that money is taxed. I think the government got to leave that money alone. Because you never hear nobody talk about taxes with settlement money. I think that money is yours. A parking attendant, I don't even think you got to pay taxes on that. $682, free and clear. My God, my mouth is watering thinking about it. That's a house. That is a nice home paid off. All you got to worry about is a tax. Oh yeah. I'll bump into you I'll take a hip-hop lottery ticket. You jump this man and now you don't want to pay. That's chump change to you. You make that in a concert. Well, no, you don't. And speaking of the Migos, well, are they the Migos? Well, I mean, sadly, we lost one of them. Cardi B cussed out Offset in a way that was so thorough. I felt kind of bad. Like, I was like, mate, like, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gay. I'm not in a relationship with this woman. But I was like, she said phrases like, I've never made you have to cheat with other women because I don't make you feel like you're the man of this house. And you and everything associated with you have always been beneath me. And I'm just tired of it. So you can have sex with all of my ops because you aren't a street man. You don't move with integrity. You will never relate to me, and you can never equate to me. You will never relate to me, and you can never equate to me. I gotta say, girl, I got like a cigarette on that one. You will never relate to me, and you will never equate to me. Woo! Offset is jealous of her. I have to say, I guess I can see why. But I feel like I don't get men that are jealous of their more interesting wives. Because the thing is, she married you. She wants you. Out of all the men that she could have had, she wants you. That would make me feel very secure within myself. That it's me, that it's my heart, that it's my loins, that it's my arms she wants wrapped around her. That it's me, that I get to be with one of the most interesting women in the world. I don't get that. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm gay. I don't get it. I thought being in a relationship was about championing each other and being there for each other. I ain't never been with a man I was jealous of. I don't know. I have this uncanny habit of being happy for the men that I'm in relationships with. I have this funny thing about if I'm sleeping with you, I want you to win at life. I want you to be happy and have. Because I also know if you have, you're probably going to share that shit with me. I don't get it. Weak men can't be with a great woman. I completely agree. Completely agree. A weak man. And there's no need for you to be weak. She wants you. She loves you. She only has eyes for you. Okay, like both y'all cheating. That's fine. We get it. But grow up. But that Reed, that Rose Child, I know she might be able to pull Atlantic Records out of debt with the fiery passion that she came to us with. I'm like, this new album is going to be amazing. Heartbreak gives us our best albums. That's why I hope Rich Paul leaves Adele. I'm joking. I do not hope that, but it was a joke. But if he did, that album would be good. That would be a good ass album. Tell you what and tell you who. Well, it's Thursday. And do you know what that means? I think you know what that means. We've got a Thursday indictment. A Thursday indictment from the Southern District. We've got a Thursday indictment. Yeah. Mayor Eric Adams of New York City has been indicted by a grand jury on charges connected to a federal probe, sources told the Post today. The defendant claimed that he is being persecuted by the federal government for speaking out about the city's migrant crisis. No, they are concerned that you have been funneling money into your mayoral campaign from the Turkish government illegally, and that's why the Turkish government now has a consulate in Manhattan. Yeah, that's what the indictment's about, baby. That's what it's about. It's not about the migrants. It's about illegal campaign contributions. That's what it's about. That Southern District stayed busy. I don't know what's in the water. I don't know. But Eric, I don't think you're a target. I think that you did something. And that's why the federal, because you see, this ain't the city. This ain't the NYPD. This isn't even the state troopers. This is the federal courts, the Southern District of New York. They don't go after penny ante. They ain't going after you for, not paying for your bag when you left Whole Foods, when they ask you how many bags did you use and you hit zero. They're not going after you for that. $20 million is unaccounted for, and they want to know why. They want to know why. Now, I don't live there no more, so I don't give a shit. But we haven't had a good mayor in New York since I was alive. Maybe I should run. I should move back and run. I might be able to get the popular vote. What would my platform be? Lowering rents, commercially and residentially. Commercially and residentially, that would be my plan. However, we've got one more topic to talk about. We have to talk about Nene. Now, let me see if I can pull this image up. Because Nene's old face came to visit. Her old face came to visit. Oh, yeah, let me pull this joker up. So this morning, I woke up and I get on Instagram as one does. Hold on, let's get this just right. Share this tab instead. I woke up and I get on Instagram and I see this. Now, here's the thing. Now, first off, we're going to start here. No one is making fun of features. No one is making fun of Black features. No one's being featurist. What we are going to talk about is this is Nene 4 faces ago. This is giving Nene's second nose. It's not quite the original nose. It's the second nose. This picture looks like a time capsule. This is the Nene of days gone by. Now when we see Nene, now I'm not going to post the new pictures of Nene on here because they're taken by Freddie O and he's already got the watermark on it. So you know how copyright is. And I done already had Derek Blanks trying to take one of my videos down. So I know how photographers are. They're very persnickety. So we're not going to put that up. But you know what the new Nene looks like. She's got that drag queen, Lions King, white stripe down the nose. It's giving a very pinched, a very pink toe nose. That nose is Aryan. That nose is from the Caucasus Mountains. That nose has never been, south of the Mediterranean Sea. I'll say that. That nose that Nene has on is north of the Mediterranean Sea. That nose is from the Caucasus Mountains. That nose may be from Scandinavia. I could see it being a Norwegian nose, a Denmarkian nose. But I don't see that nose coming from people of the world's majority. I don't see melanin in her new nose. Now, in this nose, we can see the melanin. In this nose, we can see the ethnicity. We can see the warm rounding of a nose of someone with melanin. This is Nene closer to her original nose. Where did they get this picture? Because she couldn't have posed for this in the past 5 years. Nene ain't looked like this in 5 years. And girl, let me tell you, but here's the gag. Nyx took this picture down. You go to their website, it was up for an hour. Nene posted it and Nyx posted it, and I guess because contractually they had to. But child, everybody was in the comments. And if you go to Nyx now, if you go to their Instagram page right now, all they have is a picture of the makeup. And they say, if you want to get Nene's Poison Ivy look, you use this eyeshadow palette. Cosplayers. I don't remember her original face, but I do remember her. You mean this one? Actually, wait, no, hold on. This is when I wear it like Carol Channing. This is the Nene. Carol Channing, Nene. I will never forget when I walked up to Eva Marcel and Cynthia Bailey with this, and I said, well, since Nene isn't here, I brought her wig. Oh, I tell you, Alex, stop. I will not stop. I absolutely will not stop. That's why you're here. There is a new reality show TV in the works. Should I leave Nene's old nose up the whole time? She's going to be great in the little... Poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. This one wants to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl. Do I help them? Yes, indeed. Poor unfortunate souls. Can't stop, won't stop, baby oil remix. We're gonna slide on to the left. Slide, slide, slippity slide. We gonna do that Diddy. I'm going to hell. So she's playing Flounder. But, however, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. David Foster and Catherine McPhee are in couples counseling amid marital woes. David Foster is 74 and Catherine McPhee is 40. Shut up and do what that coot wants till he's gone. You got 10 minutes, girl. You got 10 minutes till widow money. Now, Yolanda Foster wasn't able to hold out and hold on. You can. Couples counseling. He should be in end-of-life counseling. You got 5 minutes. You're talking about counseling. You have 10 minutes. You better get it together. This is the ultimate fumbling of the bag. Ah, 74? The finish line is right there. And it's David Foster. So you're going to inherit musical rights and hundreds of millions of dollars. Hold on, Kathy. Hold on. You done given this man the best years of your thighs. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. If I get that close to the finish line, I'm going to cross it. Alex said widow money. And that's tax-free. Watch, he will outlive her. Think Clint Eastwood. Ooh. Didn't Anna Nicole teach you anything? Oh my God, these comments. If Anna Nicole taught me anything, it's you need to get presents out of his ass while he's alive. You need to get a separate life insurance policy. See, Anna went after it all and ended up with nothing. Talk to Jennifer Tilly. But Anna Nicole ended up with nothing. She ended up with absolutely nothing. You got to get money from your coot while he's alive, because then there's very little the family can do about it. Very little, because it's his money. He can spend it how he chooses. But if there's a trust or something involved, then that means other people have say over how he spends the money, which is what happened in the case of the oil guy that Anna Nicole married. There was a family trust and all the money went back to the family. That's another thing. You got to find old men that are childless. Childless. My grandfather said there's a lot of little humps in the ground. Find somebody who's put their kid there, and then you know what? Go after them. This is an unscrupulous business, marrying for money. You have to act accordingly. There is a new show coming out on Is it For You, By You? Wait, hold on. Oh, it's on We TV about divorced couples who need help co-parenting. Co-parenting. I think We TV finally put their finger on the pulse of mess because this sorry Braxton Family Values reboot, we didn't need it. We didn't need to watch all of you go through the mea culpa of having treated your sister Tracy like shit for years. And now she's gone and you all feel terrible about it. I don't need to watch that. I knew you were going to regret it. I didn't need to see it. Truly didn't. But this mess, watching, Alicia Keys and Mashonda and the other women Swiss Beats have gotten pregnant, all try to co-parent. Oh, yeah. Because that's where we got step-parent from. Remember? Step-parent? Step-parent. I love that because that's when you really get to see how much people hate each other when they have to co-parent. When it's like, God, I just want to get away from you, but I got to deal with you forever. I love it, and I am looking forward to it. R. Kelly defends Diddy from jail, calling the investigation a federal conspiracy. And you know what? He is correct. He is correct. The federal government does have a conspiracy to go after people who commit crimes. The federal government has a conspiracy. I mean, they are not timely, but they will eventually get you for people that consistently hurt women, for people that do horrible things to women. Yes, there is a conspiracy against you, sir. I'm part of that conspiracy. I'm happy to be part of that conspiracy. There's a whole conspiracy in the world against men that hurt women. It's true. It's true. There's a conspiracy. We are all going to act in unison against you. We've enacted laws. It's called society, fool. It's a conspiracy. It is. We are all conspiring to not have women hurt. We're conspiring against you so that you can't hurt women, so that you can't assault women. I'm happy to conspire. Let's all conspire. It is a conspiracy. We are all working against you with government agencies so you can stop hurting women. Why do you wake up with the need to hurt women? When I woke up today, I thought, what am I going to have for breakfast? Not who am I going to take advantage of? Just how I feel. I don't know if I'm going to cover that story. Oh, now this is one of my happier stories. I got to see Hoda retire today. And she's like, I'm still going to be part of the NBC family. But when she said this phrase, it really touched me. She said, I've been doing this for around 40 years, 7 years at this station, 10 years at this station, 25 years at NBC. And I've been around all of these people with wonderful lives. And I realized this is the top of the wave for me. And I really hope that I am astute enough, intelligent enough, and graceful enough to realize when the moment is the top of the wave for me and to be able to appreciate it. I just thought that was one of the coolest things ever. Like when you can say, like, I've done it. I'm 60. I've done it, and now it's time to do something else. And she's like, I had my kids late in life. I want to give them a bit more of my time. I love that is like to see somebody where it's like, I am having it all. It's just not going to look like what you expected it to. That's why she moved to Connecticut. It's so deep. And it's like, that is something that I truly aspire to. So I thought that was just a really cool, fun moment. I was like, yes. And then in the opposite news of that, Diddy says he's going to testify at his upcoming trial. Now, tomorrow, we are going to have a very, very, very special guest. I actually would love you to follow her on TikTok right now. Hold on, let me make sure I spell her handle right. But she is going to be on a very special legal edition of Pop Rose tomorrow, and I am so excited. She's super popular on TikTok. Yes. And her screen name is Lauren, your lawyer. And it's Lauren, wait, hold on, LAUREN _the lawyer. And you can just look up, is Lauren your lawyer? And girl, she's hilarious. She is beyond intelligent. I mean, a razor sharp legal mind. But also she is from New Orleans, so she knows how to tell a story and how to keep you interested. And I am so excited for this collaboration. So if you have any legal questions, put them in about the Diddy situation. Put them in. Because it is going to be, ooh, I can't wait to ask her, how do you feel about this? As an actual attorney. Because I have a feeling, and I mean, I was only a paralegal. I do not have my Juris Doctorate like she does. But because I was a paralegal in the room, we never would let a defendant testify, ever. Oh, God, no, because you get killed on cross. Killed on cross. So, yes, that will be tomorrow. I think it's going to be about sometime between 11 her time and 1 my time, because, you know, we got 3 different, she's in Texas, Chris is in New York, I'm in California, so we got 3 different time zones. So I forget exactly what time it is, but it'll be on. Oh, she's your soror and fellow Texas University alumna. Oh my God. I love this little corner of YouTube because it's like, it's such a delightfully small world. Remember on the Pop Roast episode when that really nice person sent us all that stuff from Mardi Gras? That was Lauren. She was the one that sent Chris the coconuts and me the Fleur de Lis necklaces and all that stuff. And the Mardi Gras man, she sent us all that. I still got the socks. Nino Brown comes to life. I cannot. I'm going to open up the lines. Anybody want to shimmy on in? Anybody want to shimmy on in and have a comment about some of the hot topics we've talked about? Also, I'm going to show you today's nail color. And I'm just not that big of a fan of the grape. I don't know if it's not going with my skin tone or if I just don't like the color. I think I may just not like the color. But that's okay. It was still a good polish. What's going to happen to the victims who were initially extorted into continuing participation and involvement? That is a good question. And we'll ask Lauren tomorrow. All right, we got Sherry coming in. Hello. And Dibby in the city. We ain't seen you in a minute, girl. How you been?
Oh, hi. How are you? Hi.
Hello. So what are our thoughts on any of the topics?
I have a conspiracy theory I kind of want to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
But just to be very clear, I fully believe the indictment. I fully believe Attorney Damien in the 7th District of New York. I'm just throwing something in there. That's all. You know how they're trying to build that casino in Times Square?
Yes.
Do you
No,
know
I
about that?
didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't hear about
Jay-Z's
that.
supposed to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live in
Right.
New York, so they've been talking about it for a while, but yeah, they're trying to build it. I don't know
Yeah.
about the mayor got indicted. We'll see about that.
Right. That's all.
So
That's
you
what.
think
Oh,
it
yeah.
has something to do with him trying to block the casino or trying to bring it in?
You know what? I don't know, but I think, like how much power does a person really freaking need? You know what I mean? Like, why? I'm not saying people can't have aspirations and goals to do what they want to do and whatever, live how they want to live. But damn, like, why do these people really feel the need to take over New York? Like, you're from here, we get it. I'm from there, I get it. But like, as far as getting keys to the city, like really monopolizing like New York, I don't know. Something's weird about that to me. And then, I don't know as far as if anyone was blocking that. I don't know. I know he put up $250 million to ensure that deal goes through or something like that. I'm not sure on the legalities of that. But I think it's just interesting timing because they were voting next week on like getting that done. And that is a mayoral thing. That's like what that office would do. And the person that was I want to say they stepped down, that was part of that cabinet, would be the one to make that decision. So it's just all very like Gotham City, very Batman to me. I don't know.
I would say I think the city could probably use a casino or two.
Not saying it couldn't. Not saying it couldn't. It's just the people involved, I think, is interesting.
Yeah,
I do think that too. I thought it might. I was like, it might have something to do with Diddy, but I was pretty sure it didn't. But I was like, if it did, that would be too wild.
What's also really wild is Diddy getting the key to the city to begin with. Oh, he wrote. I mean, take away take away real quick just the the harm and all that of it all. All he did was write songs. So to get a key to the city is very interesting to me. And it's not like he was doing anything that was really helping New York at the time. I can understand if he got key to the city during the vote or die era. I could totally understand that. But this, it's just really weird timing that he would have received the key to the city last year.
well, Mary Adams is one of Diddy's best friends, so I'm sure he was helping him in some way. Not sure what he was doing, but I feel like that's part of
Obviously.
the reason why Diddy got it, because like out of all people, give it to him. Even though there was
All
already
people.
allegations out about him before he got the key, but the mayor being his boy gave it to him anyway. And it's kind of funny how Diddy gets indicted, and then a few weeks later, his boy gets indicted. Like Diddy was snitching or something. He said, "I'll give
I
you
would
everything
snitch.
that
You
you
wouldn't
did to me."
snitch? I would 100. If I knew I
Oh
had
yeah.
armed guards outside myself.
I'm not doing anything to go to prison.
Number one. That's number one.
That's number one for me. I'm sorry. I am too old. I am too addicted to doing what I want when I want. I can't even have children.
Me
So
too.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't
Same.
deal with nobody's prison. And then
I
I'm
know that.
picky with men. I wouldn't be able
Right?
to have my choice a minute. I don't want no felonious phallus. I'm not Phaedra Parks. A prisoner doesn't turn me on. A prisoner doesn't make me ovulate.
Who are you
Yeah.
telling?
That's
I'm
And
good.
Phaedra,
interesting.
you want us to talk so much smack about Kenya Moore, but here you are ovulating for a felon.
Laying on a mattress in a halfway house, allegedly, right? Or was that proven to be true? I don't know.
I don't know where that child was conceived, but I do imagine it was a mattress on the floor.
God. I joined the live a little late, but did you hear about Naomi Campbell?
Yes, that she got kicked off her own charity for purchasing luxury items like hotels, spas, cigarettes, and well, I don't think security is luxury for Naomi Campbell. Now that one, that like it's Naomi Campbell. She's one of the most famous women in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's been famous forever, so I'm sure she has some stalkers like Taylor Swift. And also, let's talk about how when Black women are stalked and harassed, the media don't cover it, don't care. But Taylor
Nope.
Swift, they make sure to have a whole section about how they travel with wound care because she has stalkers. Now, I ain't saying Taylor Swift doesn't deserve protection. I'm saying Black women deserve the same level.
Completely
Exactly.
agree.
I'm
Completely
saying
agree.
I ain't throwing one woman under the bus for other women. I'm saying we can protect everybody.
I just think it's
Everybody
Calling out
interesting.
for everybody.
the same
I don't
way.
want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see anybody stabbed. I don't want to see anybody stalked.
I think it's interesting
that people have to do this.
It's very sad, but no, I
Yeah.
agree with you. That doesn't need to fall under something that she stole. Like, it's security. It's Naomi Campbell. Like, come on, that's like saying the president can't have security. Not the president, but you know what I mean. That, oh, you can't have this much security. This is a luxury item. But I think it's interesting the way people align themselves with other people. Like, really, Naomi Campbell, and I mean, we've known for years, they've been friends for years, you know, but the problem with Naomi Campbell and Diddy being friends is the fact that her grandfather or godfather is Nelson Mandela. That's crazy.
And also, like let's be honest, like Naomi has had some relationships with some unscrupulous people.
So did Oprah.
Right.
Well,
We still 2024 is not over between Sloan and Cat Williams.
Girl, Cat was that in January when Cat came out with that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I mean, okay. Now, also, now while I have all of you on the line, Mia,
Huh?
Mia is talking, but I can't.
Oh, you're on mute, Mia.
Mia, you're on mute.
She's talking to us? Someone's in the room?
She talking to somebody else. We just gonna let her.
Somebody, yeah.
Oh, she got off. Maybe her connection was bad.
I just said we just gonna let her have her conversation. I just took her out. I want to know. Okay, now now we've all heard about the Diddy parties. Here's what I thought. And I want to know if this is what y'all thought. I thought, one, these are rumors, so there's probably 20 on 10. You know, there's probably a little extra added on. But I also thought, like, okay, some adults might have had a threesome or a foursome or even a moresome, but I thought everything was consensual. I didn't know people were being taken advantage of. I didn't know people were being, given substances without their consent.
Yeah.
Did any of us think any of that? Or
No, you know why we didn't think that? Because every freaking celebrity, Ellen DeGeneres, Method Man, every freaking celebrity talks about it so lightheartedly. Like nothing's wrong.
Well, I think, there was also...
I mean, I did hear
that were there at the pre-party, and then there were because a lot of the rappers are like, "Oh, you leave at 12."
Yeah, a certain time, because I feel like they knew what was going on. That's why they, Denzel said you leave 30 minutes for the double vibes, because they knew. I think some of the
bigger stars, they didn't pull that shit in front of. I think the bigger stars were out of there at 11.
Well.
As the party wound down, it's like, okay, the people that are staying for what they're staying for. And the people that, because think about it, you go to a party, I'm probably going to leave sometime between midnight and 1. Like, unless we really, really having a good time. Now, if it's a spades game, I might be there till 4 a.m. if we playing spades.
Well, the baby said on Shannon Sharp that Beyonce and Jay-Z stayed when everyone else left. He was sitting, it was him and like 15 other people, including Beyonce and Jay-Z. Those are the bigger stars. Unless you mean like Meryl Streep, Denzel, freaking like Sidney Poitier, you know what I mean? Like who? You know what I mean? Well, that's A-list to me, I would think would be a Beyonce, but she was still there according to the baby on the Shannon Sharp show. Also with the Shannon Sharp show, that show will never, I'm sure it will continue, but no one's going to do it the way Cat Williams ever did it. And I feel like, I'm not saying I'm mad that he still has a show. Yeah. What was it?
I feel like a lot of people are trying to recreate the Cat Williams interview, but
I
feel like no one can come close to it.
Never, unless people lay it all up.
Spill some real tea, like Cat, But trying to spill real tea, then it's not gonna come close. But
also here's the thing: people forget. Cat Williams is a world-class comedian.
Yes.
He is world-class, and he reminded all of us with that episode. That was nothing but a stand-up set for him. That was a creative exercise.
Okay. I didn't think about it like that. You're right.
So he was like,
He's in his
you know what that
element.
was for him? That's ticket sales for the next 10 years.
And bookings. He was on Joe Rogan right after that.
What?
He was on the Joe Rogan show right after that. So, like, I'm saying, and bookings.
He's going on tour with Kevin Hart's ex-baby mother.
And here's the thing people don't know about Cat Williams. Cat Williams sells out arenas. When Cat does comedy tours, he does huge comedy tours. He is not loud and boastful about his money, but he owns all of he does it the right way. He owns all of his stuff, and the man is coined. That's why he was able to tell that Wanda woman, "You can run one of your gnarled fingers through my hair. This is new Versace 2023."
Right?
Yeah.
That was funny. 19 convictions, never went to jail.
Oh, that was epic. That was so epic. Ate that whole interview up. Took the whole interview.
And that was the thing, like Shannon, like the Cat Williams interview. We talk about Cat, but we don't talk about Shannon Sharp.
No.
That was the Cat Williams show, and Shannon Sharp was just like was just like an extra.
Basically.
He was merely the canvas for the paint. Bless you.
Yes.
Bless you. Yes. Ooh, bless you.
But yeah, Cat, that was an advertisement for his show. And it definitely did put Shannon Sharp on the map.
Yeah.
What did I think about the Marlon Wayans interview? I enjoyed it. I didn't watch all of it because those interviews do run long for me. But I watched probably about 30 minutes of it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I didn't watch the whole thing either, but I liked what I seen. So.
Yeah.
Marlon gave some good behind-the-scenes tea, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Is anybody watching Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Yes. Episode 2 airs what, Sunday?
No, episode 2 aired yesterday, so it's
I'm behind one episode.
Oh, I haven't seen the second one either. What did we think about the intro?
I think it's great. I'm gonna actually watch like the full rollout. It seems interesting. I think Heather looks amazing. Heather, right? Heather? Yeah. Heather, yeah. Heather Gay. Heather looks great. I'm happy to see her. Interesting that Mary's back because she's never given us anything, but I guess she's a pillar of the show. I'm excited for the new people that are there. It looks pretty good.
Are you guys excited for ROHA?
No, not interested.
What?
Is it because
not
Kenya's
interested?
Not there, or you just don't like
Kenya's
it?
gone. I am interested to see
the dynamic. I feel like.
I am definitely I can't say I'm excited is a strong word. I'm excited for the check.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm excited for the check. I'm excited that, even when people say they're not going to watch the show, they'll still watch my reviews.
Exactly that. You, Rodney, everybody, Campfire, everybody.
Definitely. Yes, you two need to do a panel together. I would love to see you guys. You got
a panel with who?
Rodney the Voice.
Oh yeah,
we love Rodney. Rodney people love both of you guys. Like,
yes, definitely.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to this year. Well, they're not having a BravoCon this year, but next year.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just not interested. Like, it's not about Nene or anything like that, or Candy being gone, or I just don't. It just seems like it's so in disarray. Like, how when a season. Okay, so with Married to Medicine, We know what we're going to be looking forward to for the following season. We're going to see Sweet Tea, Dr. Gregory. Like, we already know, like, the dynamics of the entire cast. They are bringing back
Mm-hmm.
Contessa, and we already know what Contessa already brings, and her husband. We already know what that's about. I don't feel that way for the upcoming season of this show. If I see a trailer and I want to peep, fine, but I don't see it, my mind really changing on watching it. But I will be watching my
Yeah,
favorites on YouTube.
I
I can
do want
respect that.
to. I do want to see it because I want to see what the new girls bring. Because they give me more love and hip hop than they give me Housewives. So I do want to see like that dynamic. And also, even though Phaedra doesn't really, I feel like Phaedra doesn't give anything unless somebody's like, she needs someone to like argue with and push the buttons, and then I feel like that's when you get like the good TV face Phaedra, because she didn't give me anything in Married to Medicine. So I feel like we're gonna get the same thing, unless because I feel like some of the new girls might push her buttons, but then they might not. So
And we
even though
need
she
more
might think it's
husbands on
wrong.
that show also. Like, we need the Peters, we need the Gregs, we need they need that,
I do
like,
miss Peter.
look again.
Messy ass. Yeah, I
You
miss Peter.
know, you Demi, you really hit the nail on the head because we had husbands and boyfriends like Greg, like Todd, like shit, I just had a Peter,
Yep.
Penelope, and they, really did help make the show. And I hate to say it, but Potomac and Atlanta, it's housewives shows without housewives.
Yeah.
And
Basically.
I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I was saying one thing with these shows, you can't come on and not have a man. Now hold on, let me preface this. I am not saying women need to be in a relationship. I am not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying is on a show that is based around relationships, Shekinah is a perfect example. You stick out like a sore thumb, and then when you try to involve yourself in the drama, you look foolish and you look like a hater because it's like, okay, well,
Mm,
where's your business? Where's your utopia?
yeah.
Yep.
Like when
Like
Diane
that's
Sawyer told Whitney, one woman in the airport asked me, I just would ask her, why does she stay with them? And Whitney said, well, you know what? I'd like to ask her, why does she stay with her man? And how her utopia is. And that was such a good, exactly. How
Yeah.
is your utopia? Where do I sign up to get to your utopia?
it's like basketball wise. Jackie's really the only basketball wife on there, basically, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody else just well, Josh still now too because she got married, but everybody else is just they're not really basketball wives, but yet the show is called so it's the same way I get it. You know.
It's like, no, you come on these shows, or you don't talk about other people's relationships. Like I think
Giselle,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
Ashley.
we would like, oh, and that's another thing. When you have a threadbare marriage that is so obviously you married this coot because he looks like the father that abandoned you and you
Hmm.
Mm.
clearly needed a meal ticket. When it's that obvious, the level of shutting up you need to do. Now, if I
Yeah.
ask you on how to get a meal ticket and how to marry a man for money that I could tolerate, then I'm coming to you and I want you to teach a class. That's when you
Right?
have your doctoral. That's when you can talk about what you know. But when we're talking about love between a man and a woman, Rob Dixon and Ashley Darby need to shut up.
Where is Rob Dixon? Where
Coaching
is she?
softball.
Are you guys gonna miss seeing Candace?
I'm gonna miss Candace because Candace had money and we like seeing money. I am gonna miss
Yeah.
Candace. Candace had Parfums de Marley on that show. None of the women have ever had any sort of other endorsement or brand deal or whatever. Ladam was in, was it Neiman Marcus, I believe? That's different. But Parfums de Marley, that was hot at the time, and Candace had them on the show. That's pretty big, and she has real money. and a real marriage, it appears too. So I am gonna miss seeing that. I don't mind seeing Wendy and her husband, but Wendy to me,
She got Chris acting now.
really.
Chris popped up in a Tubi movie, and I was like, you know what? I could see it because he does cooking shows. So he's got, like, and I watch his cooking shows on TikTok, and he's very watchable. He's very personal. It's like you feel like you're cooking with like one of your white friends.
That sounds fun. I'll have to check that out. I like them, so I will definitely support that. I don't have TikTok, but I'll see if it's on YouTube or Instagram, or something else I could watch that's not TikTok. But that's awesome.
So, like my father, you're afraid of TikTok?
Yeah, I don't. You know what it is? So, like, I feel like TikTok engulfs you and keeps you in like a spot. Like, I feel like you'll watch a video about fire trucks, and for the rest of your life, you're seeing fire trucks. That's how I view TikTok, but I don't have one, and it's for that reason.
That's funny.
Am I wrong, Alex? Will you only see fire trucks?
No, hold on, because I was gonna say, you reminded me of something that I told one of my art professors. I took an art appreciation class, and I'm really glad that I did. But it really, and my professor was amazing. Dr. Shepard, she's a sculptor, awesome person, and great teacher. And I got an A in the class. Class through effort. But also, like, I like art. Like, I really do like visual art, and so it was something I was genuinely interested in. But I will say, like, we learned so much about brushstrokes, about paint, about mediums, where now when I look at a painting, I immediately dissect it, where it's like, okay, so I know what they did, I know what technique they used, and then I'm like, okay, so what were they trying to say? That I would have learned in the next class. I didn't take the next class.
I got A in this one. Get the next one.
The next year I had to take public speaking. So, but I will get around to that second art appreciation class so I can figure out what the hell they're trying to say. But she told me, she was like, yeah, that does happen when you take an art appreciation class. It will. She said knowledge will always change how you look at things.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
And I was like, because I told her, I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm upset and I'm trying to figure it out, because I was like, I can't. I told her, like, I went to the museum for the assignment, but I was like, I didn't enjoy it in the same way that I used to when I would go. Because like my dad would take me to the museum for my birthday every year. Like, that's how much I love art. And he's like, no, that's what you will get an actual kick out of. So we go to breakfast, we go to the museum, we go to lunch, and then he'll, buy me an overpriced coat, and that's my birthday. My birthday is the 29th, so it's like it's a tradition. I love it.
That's nice. That's cute.
But I was like, I go all the time and I don't enjoy it anymore. I said it's just different, and that's when she said, like, well, yeah, because you know so much more about it now, it's going to change how you look at art. But she said, don't worry, it's a lot of new information. And she said that really proves that you are actually paying attention, because you're noticing all of these things. So you got the information that this class was trying to give you. So she's like, I actually feel good, because, like, you really learned something. And she said, but don't worry. Yeah, she's like, but she said, don't worry, like, you will enjoy art again. You will just enjoy it differently. And she's right, because now I still do dissect it, but I also like, now I get to guess at what they were saying.
Yes. Well,
I love a nostalgic memory lane story. I love when you tell your stories about your past. I do love it.
It's interesting. Like, I will one day write a book, but I also have to say, like, my stories about my past are always so random.
It's nice though to hear about your grandmother and like your dad every now and then. You always talk about your mom and your grandmother a lot. Like, I love hearing those stories.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, they are. My grandmother was a hoot, and my mother is a hoot. She is enjoying her retirement. And I asked her, I said, what do you do now that you're retired? And she said, not a damn thing. I I wash my the little sidewalk in front of her house. She's like, I'll go down there, wash the leaves off. I'll go to Target. But she's like, I just watch TV and go to lunch.
That's
Because
cute.
her best friend retired probably like a year or two after her, because they had both been working there forever. They worked at for hospitals, and my
Oh
mom did
wow.
IT. Yeah, my mom did IT for them. So
Oh nice.
yeah, she was an old school computer programmer. But she's
Speaking of
like,
Maybe
old,
she's enjoying her retirement.
that's the
what?
way it ought to
That's
be.
the, yeah, I'm about to say that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to, have to go back to work unless you want to, not because you need to. So
My
be
cheese
able
lady at
to.
the grocery store I go to, sadly, had a heart attack at work, and she
Oh
was
no.
older. Like she was probably like 70 something, but still having to
Oh wow.
work. Never came
Did
back to work.
Yeah. See.
did she have to work, or did she like? Cause I definitely will say, like, I don't see myself yearning for a traditional retirement, but I love what I do for work. Like, I
Hmm.
love doing this. So
Yeah.
I don't see me, like, if I didn't do this, I'd be like, well, what would I do?
I feel
Like, what
like
would I
because
have to like wake up for in the morning? Like, I want to be on YouTube at 80 telling my life stories.
And I'll be
I mean, yeah,
watching.
when you love it, like I said, when you love what you do, you're never really working. So, I can
Oh,
see
that
you
would be
doing this
interesting,
until.
Alex. That'd
What?
be interesting to see you at 80 and like so I'm a couple years younger than you. So let's just round to 75. Like you like us literally on a still back doing this 75 and 80 having known each other through the internet for years, for decades. That'd be interesting to see. Who knows? Hopefully whatever path you want to go on, but that would be kind of interesting to see that because we haven't really seen that yet. Oh my god, wait. Time out. Speaking of years, did you hear about Hoda? She's leaving
Yeah.
the Today Show. She said after January, though.
Yeah, she said that she had seen that this was the top of the wave for her. We talked about that earlier in the episode. I'm glad you
I-
brought that up.
I'm so
That
sorry. I jumped a little late. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, but that is a perfect example of I would want to retire like that. Like,
When
okay, I'm
you
still
know,
going to be
you
a part of
know.
the NBC family, but maybe I won't do videos every day. Maybe I'll give you like a good weekend show
Mm-hmm.
and maybe something in the middle of the week. But I know I will need something to do.
Keep your mind sharp too.
It keeps your mind sharp. Like I want to have purpose.
Mhm.
I don't want to die on camera because that would traumatize people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to work up until the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why some people I know, after they retire, they still go and do something because they're so used to it. So they feel like if they don't do it, they're like, like, what am I doing? So.
Like my father, he retired to Europe. He's married to
Nice.
someone younger. So they just travel Europe and he supports his career now.
Okay.
My dad supports his husband's career.
Nice.
And his career requires a lot of travel. So they go around Europe and they have fun. They're going to Japan in a couple of months.
Ooh, that's dope.
That's very nice.
Is Japan racist? I don't know why I heard people say like they don't really like black people over there, but I wasn't sure.
No. No. Japan's not like that.
My father's husband is black, so I imagine it's probably not going to be that racist. I've
Okay.
definitely I've definitely heard black people traveling in, Asian countries, there can be moments.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But not like American racism. Like there's a big difference. Like I can understand like a curiosity.
I
like you
was
know,
going to say, like, a lot of people have said, like they want to take, like, a lot of it is, oh, I want to take a picture with you. And it's because, like,
Yeah.
you've never seen a black person. I'm like, if you've never seen a
I
black
want to
person
touch your hair.
picture with me,
Oh yeah, like
that,
or like they
that's
rub their
not coming
skin
from
or
a racist
something.
place.
No, that's not coming from a Jim Crow, I'm going to lynch your grandmother, you can't vote, you're 3/5 of a person place. That's
It's
not that.
Okay.
different than I've never seen a black person. Wow.
Okay.
So
That's what I was
that's
wondering.
it's like
I think we're safe over there.
I was
So
gonna
it's
say
not
like their
malicious.
crime rates are very low.
Yeah,
Very low.
definitely.
I want to go to Japan and I want to go to Korea for the food.
안녕하세요.
God, yeah.
감사합니다. 로지 립. Ready. I'm ready. Got all my stuff together. I'm ready.
And the fact
Skincare. I'm
Oh
ready.
my
the,
God.
fa- the
What?
skincare.
I'm
Well, I don't know
skeptical
about the
on
skincare because
skincare.
they're not used to people with melanin.
But they're progressing. So a friend of mine, she what's that brand? I don't know the makeup brand, but there's a brand, they have a red oval foundation. I don't know the name of it. I'm so sorry, but they're very, very, very popular over there. Like that particular company sees the need for more inclusive shades, the more popular Korean skincare and makeup become in the US. I'm not speaking for
Okay.
everybody, but I'll say that particular brand that has the red oval foundation. It's a cushion sponge foundation, but the name escapes me right now.
Okay, well that's good then, at least to be more inclusive.
Like really inclusive shades, like deep, 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 like deep shades. Not
At
just
least they
like
realize, they
5
realize
colors.
they
No.
need to. Yeah,
Mhm.
because if if you're a little dark, you're gonna be looking crazy back, with certain brands over there
But
for sure.
Alex, I mean the skincare treatments. You could do a whole thing over there. You could do a whole medical evaluation like of your entire everything. And then you can do a like full skincare. I don't mean lotions and potions. I mean like really getting down to like the pore of it all and like seeing
Or
your skin. The core of it all, hair follicle, everything, every inch of you to kind of figure out like what your skin
yeah,
type
I
is,
heard the
what can improve your skin.
yes. But I want to go to a Korean head spa because they really like you said, get into the nitty gritty of everything.
Yeah, I want the nitty and the gritty, and it's not expensive. Like it would be here. It's much cheaper. People go over there and get surgery too over there still.
I ain't traveling for surgery. I don't like if I have to have surgery, by all means, put me back together again and make me look better than I ever did before. But unless I just will diet and exercise.
I'm gonna do a 75-day cleanse. I don't know I'm gonna start yet. I have a big event to go to in February, so I don't know when I'm gonna start. But I want to do not a cleanse, but higher protein, more vitamins,
Mhm.
work out twice a day, like that kind of thing. I don't drink a lot, but we'll have like a celebratory, champagne toast, kind of like a normal thing, but just
Mhm.
or like less sugary drinks. So like for me, it's sweet tea. I love sweet tea. Less of
Ooh,
that.
I will say I don't really like unless it's alcohol. I don't like it's water. Unless it's
Mm,
alcohol with me, like occasionally I'll want like some orange juice with breakfast.
yeah.
But that's the one thing that's kept me young is I drink a shit ton of water. Water's
Yeah.
never been my issue, but that's because I'm cheap.
Juice is expensive. I bought this Simply Apple. It was like $5.68. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna finish this in like 2 days. So I got
Exactly. And then I'm 6'4", so that's like half of that's like really it's like that's 2 glasses for my big ass.
Yeah, we gotta
Literally.
start rationing juice off. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's like if I have to like put sparkling juice, I'm just like, no, I'm not even doing it.
No,
I
that's
love
for
that
real.
Roach's passion fruit juice though. Like
Oh my god, in that
I will get
carton,
mix
that
that
is
with
good.
tequila. If you want a cute tequila night, mix passion fruit juice with tequila, a little Saint Germain to give it some sweetness, and it goes with the
Okay.
passion fruit juice real well,
Hmm.
and some seltzer water for bubbles.
There you go.
That sounds
Recipes by
good because
Alex.
I love me a little cocky. Okay. Seriously.
Mm.
Oh, I meant Dr. Nicole isn't returning to Miami. Speaking of cocky. I'm kind of sad.
I'm sad I'm not going to see her husband no more. Cause oh Lord, I would have married that man so fast.
They're rich. The amount of money, it was cool. Do you remember, like in the beginning, like taking putting the car in the elevator? Like they just, oh, that show was so good. That show was so good. But I'm gonna miss her eating lobsters in the park for lunch. I'm just gonna miss seeing that.
Well, lobster on the East Coast ain't that damn expensive. Lobster in California, no, that's pricey.
I was just in Boston and my lobster roll was $40. And personally, I really liked it. I was fine with it. It was $40 for a lobster roll.
Oh, you was in Boston. Okay.
I was in Boston or Boston, depends on who you're speaking to. And my friends were like, that wasn't enough. And I'm looking at them like, I am so happy over here. But it was $40, yeah.
I had lobster rolls in the city for $26.
That's damn good.
Well, New York, we have a lot of New York, the prices actually they're high, but then you go to a San Francisco or a Boston and they're even higher or just as high. And it's
and they're right there.
But in New York, you have so much competition that it keeps the prices low.
Yeah.
But in California, lobsters are beyond expensive because I didn't know this. I thought lobsters were everywhere. Apparently, they only live in the Atlantic Ocean. There are lobsters in the Pacific Ocean, but they're not the lobsters that we eat. So if you get lobster over here, I spent $85 for 2 lobsters because I called my friend and I was like, hey, you want to come over for lobster? Because I had just moved and I was like, let me, throw a nice little housewarming dinner. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get some lobster. I haven't made a lobster in forever. And I just ordered a steamer pot and I love live lobster. If you watch me in New York, I was always cooking lobster. And they're lobster could be pricey if you got a huge one and it wasn't on sale. But when lobster was in season, you would eat so much lobster while it was in season. By the time it was out of season, you were sick of it. We would have lobster when it would get real low, you could get it for $7.99 a pound.
I've probably never got a whole lobster. I've always gotten lobster roll, lobster tails, crab, the claw, lobster bisque. I don't think I've ever actually ordered a whole. Oh, that's not true. I got a lobster Cantonese.
I could come through this screen right now.
No, I've had lobster Cantonese. That I have had whole lobster.
Wait, okay, but you yourself have never made a lobster in a steamer pot?
Maybe with my dad when I was young. My dad and I were big seafood people when he was alive. We were big into seafood, but not in my not at all in my 30s have I had a full whole lobster. I've been into crab legs, but yeah, no.
Do you make the crab legs yourself?
Of course I do. Okay. My own sauces and everything. Yeah, I love crab legs.
You're familiar with the process. Yeah, girl, go on to the lobster tank and get yourself a lobster.
Maybe I will. My birthday's coming up.
Do that for your dad. I'm sorry he's not with us anymore.
Yeah, my sister and I, we just celebrated his birthday together. It's so funny. Quick one too. We're not super close, but every year for his birthday, we end up texting each other this, and we do the same ritual. Didn't even know we were doing the same ritual for a couple years. We'll have his favorite cocktail, and she'll put his hat out because she has one of his hats, and I'll play an Earth, Wind and Fire record for my dad. And we do that every single year on September 11th every year.
He died September 11th?
Yeah, it's my dad's birthday.
Oh, that's his birthday. Okay.
Yeah, no, he wasn't a victim. No, he wasn't a victim in that crowd. No. But yeah, it's his birthday.
I'm glad that your sister get to have one of his hats. My grandmother I wish I had been able to get her waffle maker and her brown and white cardigan sweater. That I am very upset about. To this, I'm still upset because it's it would have been too easy to ask the family, hey, what would you like? Nobody would have wanted one of her cardigan sweater but me. Nobody would have cared about that sweater but me. And I know it ended up in the garbage somewhere. And it's I deserved that. And the waffle maker. And that was a waffle maker from 1930 something that still worked.
Goodness.
And even if it didn't work, it just would have sat in the kitchen as as a memento.
Yeah.
I'm upset, and I wanted a pair of my grandfather's glasses and one of the shirts that he always wore to wear. Just like I didn't want any money. I didn't need it. Like it was like I didn't care about that.
Yeah, I feel like the clothes
And my aunt stole all the money anyway.
Mm.
And when that Lord,
it's
should
more
I tell that
sentimental.
story?
I want to hear that story. It could be After Dark with Alex. It could be right now. It could be whenever. But I want to hear that story about that aunt.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna tell that bitch's business. And the thing is, y'all will never be able to find them anyway, so I don't care. If my mother does. Well, my mother doesn't watch she ain't gonna be watching this long. We an hour.
Like that's on the first 25 minutes. I'm getting the hell out.
She ain't gonna be watching this long. And Mom, if you watching, this is my story to tell too.
All right, I'm putting my thing on mute because I want to hear this loud and clear.
So, I can't believe I had to tell some business. Let's make this a hypothetical. Imagine if you have 5 children and one of them moves to somewhere in the Sun Belt. Let's say North Carolina. What the hell? Let's just say North Carolina. And then your kid invites you down there because you're getting on in years. You've retired. They're like, sell your house, upstate in New York, and you can, buy twice the house down here and have money left over. And I'm your kid, so I'll help you navigate all that. You just send us the funds and we'll take care of everything else. Now, this is one of your children. You have 4 others. So you trust your child because after all, this is your kid who you've loved and nurtured all of their life. Then you get down there, the house is beautiful, everything's fine, and you ask for the paperwork, for the deed. And it's always an excuse. It's always a reason. It's always left at home. So when you finally apply some pressure, you find out that the deed is not in your name. It's in your child's name. And your children won't inherit anything, only the one child. And she's made sure with the legal documentation that her son gets the first $40,000 off the sale of said home. Because after all, you are the parents getting on in years. So she knew that you would pass and was hoping that you would never see the deed before you did. So she could screw her 4 siblings out of their inheritance. What are our thoughts on that?
Damn.
That's trifling.
Dirty.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Crazy.
Oh, but life has a funny way of thinking about doing everything. Oh, baby, no, hold on. Oh, wait. Now, this story happened 20, because my grandparents are long dead. They're long dead. Like, this was 20 years ago. So now that my aunt got a little older, her son lives in another state. You know what he said?
Uh-oh.
Mom, why don't you come on and move down here? I'll help you with all of the financial documentation.
Oh, wow.
That's disgusting.
However, so she goes down there, buys a house, 4-bedroom house, big ass house for an old ass heifer, because she pushing 80. Guess what? Her son moves his son from a previous marriage into her 4-bedroom house. And now, A woman who is almost 80 is living with a 22-year-old and his girlfriend.
Oh wow.
That is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm.
God don't like
Wow.
ugly.
So
That was
she's,
dirty.
mm-hmm.
But she got her just desserts in the end, I guess.
I mean, well, it just goes to show. It just goes to show what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
And also, this was the cousin my mother always compared me to, and now she doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Because I don't ask her to go anywhere or to pay for anything.
How Jen Shaw of her.
That's crazy.
Incredibly, Jen Shaw. And that is why I'm glad I don't have siblings.
Yeah, you have to fight. Ciao.
I'm about to
Ciao.
say I'm the youngest of 7, so it's a hot ass mess. It's
Hot and sizzling.
it's,
It's a lot.
it's crazy.
Imagine how the siblings found out when they realized that your own sister had tried to cut you out of your inheritance.
Yeah, my grandma, may she rest in peace, her sister did that to her.
Really?
Everything. Yeah, my grandma was the oldest of 3, but my uncle passed away. So I was just her and her and her sister. And when my grandma got sick, sister swiped in and took everything. Cause she was the baby, so like all the houses, all the property, everything for my grandma.
That's so sad.
Yeah, my mom was like,
Yeah.
you realize she stole this money from you.
It's like,
Because she was like, that's money that, where do you think I would have spent that money? On you.
yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't like millions and millions of dollars.
But it was still help. It still would have helped. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Everybody was still supposed to get a piece of it, regardless of how much it was. So.
My thing too is, not saying in the aunt situation, but like in some cases too, let's say one of the siblings, let's say, doesn't have any children. I've seen it where the sibling with the children will be the more greedy one because they have kids. And it's like, no, your mom or your dad only had 2 kids. Knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Knock it
Definitely.
off. They didn't have 15 or 6 because you have 4 kids. No, knock it off.
Yep. It's sad though, but it's true.
Mm,
And
that's
this is
sad.
why, and also this is why I know so much about wills, powers of attorney, life insurance.
Yeah, you gotta have life
Yeah.
insurance. Whole
Because my
life,
mother,
whole.
because my mother's sister pulled this stunt. She said, "Okay, so now I have to make sure that if anything ever happens to me, she doesn't get her hands on your money
Yep.
because I've been working all these years. I have life insurance for you, not for her, for you."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If I drop dead of a heart attack at work or die in a car wreck on the 40 on the way home, I want to know you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will say I did not appreciate my mother's morbid sense of financial planning when I was younger. Also, there was another random Alex story. So like I lived with my mom. Like my dad was, very supportive, but he went to, like, they were both in school. My mother was going to school on the East Coast. My father went to school in Reno. He graduated from the University of Reno. So, like, she was kind of my world. So I was always worried that something would happen to her. And then when I was in like 4th grade, this girl, I'm not going to say her name, but I remember her name like it's yesterday, came in to class And we're like third, maybe fourth grade. I think it was third. I think it was like I was really young. But like I remember that day, like I still remember it like it was yesterday. She came in, stood in front of the class, and I don't know why our teacher let this happen.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Be scared.
I'm so
Oh
scared.
my gosh, please don't say that she told. Oh my gosh, go ahead.
No, hold on. It's like, okay, it's not as bad as you could think, but it's still pretty bad for fourth graders. She came in the class and told us that her mother died. But then she told us, oh yeah, so my mom died. She went over to hang out with this guy that she knows, and there was some type of accident where the gun went off and it killed my mom. And we were waiting for her to come home, and we were waiting, and then we got a call from the police. And then we had to go to the hospital or to the morgue and identify the body. And she said,
my God.
my grandmom, you know, she went in there and she looked at her hand, and when she knew it was her hand, she just broke down. Like this lives in my mind. Like I remember that is exactly what she said.
Yeah.
And I was like, and that terrorized me as a child. Because I was like, wait, what do you mean my mom can just go out and get shot? And so then I locked her ass down.
Yeah, locked her ass down. She wouldn't have been able to know what.
She didn't go anywhere without me, and it was very like if she went anywhere with anybody, the level of shit I gave. She's like, no, I really, it's the level of hell I'm going to get from this one for 2 weeks, and then also, I was an emotional child, so once you get me crying, I'm crying for 2 or 3 days.
I just picture you with like a nice cashmere sweater and a turtleneck, giving your mother the what for when she comes to the house.
Oh, she had the nerve. She thought when I was 14 she could stay out until 2 a.m. She came home. There were 2 state troopers waiting for her.
Oh my God!
I don't know why you didn't think you couldn't answer your cell phone when I called, and then you turned the phone off. Oh, now I'm calling every hospital in the area because you must be dead. That is the only
God!
Answer that. And I'll tell you this. She's never not answered the phone again for the rest of her natural life. If she doesn't answer the phone, she will call me back within 10 seconds. I was in the bathroom. What's going on? Because I was calling in a hot minute.
That little girl.
I was in the Army. I still have friends at the DIA.
You traumatized your mother?
I don't play about her. I don't play about her.
That's funny.
No, I love that.
And her ex-husbands knew that. I would just look at him. Wonder how long you're gonna last.
I can get you out of
She
here.
introduced me to one. She said, "Oh, this is." I don't need to shake his hand.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
That is a very good story, Alex. That is a very good story, actually. If you could develop that into a stand-up routine, that is amazing. That is amazing. The state trooper, the little girl, third grade though. The teacher really, I mean, like I'm not okay. I'm all for
teacher. Like that was just Lord. But the teacher shouldn't have let her tell that story.
I agree she shouldn't have, but I'm also because real things can happen at any time. I'm all for protecting a child's innocence and all that. I'm all for that. You know, growing up in New York, you know, I wasn't protected much myself. So I'm all for that. But I do feel like when real things like that happen, they can happen at any time. But not the class. Like not the details she gave.
Exactly. I did not need to know about how your grandmother broke down when she saw your mother's hand at the morgue.
Yeah, and the morgue. Yeah.
We didn't need that part.
The visual details as a child with an imagination. Nightmares. Hands. Yeah. And the amount of horror movies that always show like the sheet over the whole face and the hand just no. Oh my God. Can't imagine as a child being so traumatized.
Yeah, that was some shit.
Damn.
Now at least I'm glad that I was in the army, so now I'm like, oh well, at least I can protect her now.
Yeah. But that's funny. I had 2 state troopers waiting for her.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Ma'am, why
hilarious.
didn't you answer your
I
phone?
already knew. I knew, okay, she's gone. I was already in mourning. I was ready to call Unsolved Mysteries. Like, I
Oh
was
my
all
God.
ready.
Not
I was
early
getting ready to call my
morning.
grandparents and tell them your daughter is missing.
Real talk. You were a very learned
That's
child at the
hilarious.
time too. Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say this, I would much rather have somebody looking out for me like that.
Yeah. A whole
I'd much rather
child.
have somebody worried about me than nobody caring where I am. And then I'm like that girl that died at Wells Fargo, just dead all weekend and nobody knew.
That's kind of crazy though. So that's
Days.
like, so they didn't have no cleaning person that's supposed to be there every night. That lady just sat there for days. Like that's crazy.
Not even that. No one that cared. Like I can understand, like, okay, we have a cleaning guy that comes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He won't see her on Tuesday. Well, he should see her. He should see her on Wednesday. But that no one cared.
But also, if you're a cleaning person and you see somebody sitting at their desk, you're not going to bother them. And two had headphones in.
Yeah, she could have been having a nap. Also,
I don't know. I still would have tapped to like, excuse me, miss. I don't know. I would have said something. Especially
If
if
I
the
see somebody
the
taking a
kids-
nap at their desk, I wouldn't have said anything because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And I'd be like, aw, they're tuckered out. Like, I've been tuckered out. I wouldn't want somebody like to wake me. And then too, you don't want to go touching women that you don't know. So I could see where a whole bunch of people are like, oh, they're just sleeping. And you're not really looking to see, are they breathing?
Well, if they're making noise and stuff and they don't move or do anything, then I'm like, okay. But
I honestly wouldn't think someone was dead. I really wouldn't think that.
Diddy is going to be in jail for a year before his trial.
Did you hear that he's not eating because he's worried about them poisoning him?
Yeah, there's conflicting stories. Some of them are saying it's true. Some of them are saying it's not true. I'm sorry, but like I am a big eater. Like I love food. Y'all know I love food. Like I just got some sushi and I got the ingredients to make that viral cucumber salad that everybody's talking about.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to do a video about that later. So the thought of like me not being able to go to a grocery store and get the food that I want. Oh my God. Like,
I know.
Like really thinking about like not being able to do what I want when I want. Like I have enough of a problem being poor, not being able to do what I want when I want. I feel like I'm in a budget prison.
What are you telling?
I should be on a goddamn yacht. And I'm not saying other people shouldn't. Hold on, let me make that clear. I think everybody deserves at least one yacht vacation in their life. At least one.
Honestly,
We have the boats, we have the materials. It's not like it's something that we can't do. We are humans. If we put our mind to something, we can do it. Y'all got slavery together, you can get yacht vacations together.
My God.
Figure it the fuck out. If you can get the subjugation of women together, you can get yacht vacations together. Why don't we put our minds to something positive? That's what my mother used to tell me. And the woman was right. And the woman was right. She would always say, honey, put your mind to something positive because I ain't buying you that. And then as I got older, because I'll tell you about my mother. My mother loves me dearly. I am her firstborn, I am her only child, and I am definitely a part of her purpose. But my style and my humor, she doesn't always get. I remember one birthday, I was turning 17. And like my father, she will also buy me an overpriced coat for my birthday. That's what I like. I want something large and expensive. And she's like, oh, God. Really? And I said, well, as long as you have to go without something, I know it was the right price.
Mm.
If you love me, you're going to suffer.
I'm dead. I'm done.
As long as it means you can't do something you wanted to do, then yes, I'll take it. So I pick out this coat, and it's bright orange. What's it mean?
I
She
love
says,
orange
is that
coats.
what you want? I said, yeah, I want this. And she's like, you know what? You are 17. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. And I said, really? I'm quite good at it. I win most of the time. Do you need me to tell you that my father's my favorite parent again?
Oh my God.
And she said, okay, I'll buy it for you. You're going to walk home, but I'm going to buy it for you. You're not getting in my vehicle or in my home with a coat that tacky, but honey, it's yours. If you really want that tacky garment, I'll get it for you. But I'm going to have to disown you because I have style and taste, and so will my child.
Mm.
And I'm telling you, that is. And so I just went and picked another coat because I didn't feel like arguing.
The emotional warfare. Oh, I love it. I
Where do
love
you think
it.
you learned it from? Hello.
No child of mine.
Exactly, where do you think I got it from?
Hello. We usually get our smart mouths from our mothers. I know I can say that.
And then they be the ones the most mad.
Right. That's what's hilarious.
No, he didn't. Where,
right?
ma'am, this is how you taught me to respond.
That's what I was saying.
How many times did you say I ain't raising no bitch? How many
That's
times?
hilarious.
Ugh, man.
But
Seriously.
with Diddy, I just wanted to say we're never gonna see him again, like in anything else other than like an orange or whatever color he has to wear in the prison walls suit.
Some people think he might get off if he snitches enough.
No,
On the
they don't
right.
care. That's some people that, and people can have their opinion. But when you look at like what attorney Damien is saying, it doesn't come across as that's not that. This is not that kind of case, especially when they've already publicly said what his crimes were. They're not going to now decide, oh, well, thank you for telling us about these people, so we're going to let you go. That's
And
not how that worked.
And then we have to say it together. 1, 2, 3, 300 subpoenas.
Yeah.
Let's say it again. 1, 2, 3,
300 subpoenas.
300 subpoenas.
Yeah, so this isn't that kind of case. But if it were, we wouldn't know about it. You know what I mean? Like it would be something that they know they pulled him into interrogation. Now he's snitching. Maybe they'll work out a deal. That will be like that, not this. Not them doing full on press conferences, arresting anyone associating with them or subpoenaing anyone associated with them and telling the people that are associated with them or that may know something that it is in your best interest that you come forward now.
I mean, they said they subpoenaed his wealth management company, which means they know where every dollar you spent went.
Yeah.
I don't know where every dollar I spend goes.
I mean, she was arrested by the feds, so that, especially in New York, they don't play. So.
And to add to that, so they already had him for whatever the counts were and charges were, the racketeering and the sex trafficking. They already had him for that. Those already have
the guns.
Yeah, that too. They already have him for that. For them to still after that put out 300 subpoenas out, they want it all. He's never getting out. It's over.
He's never getting out.
He's never getting out.
Oh my God. Oh girl, you know what that reminded me of when he almost said, "Is that what you want? Well, you're never gonna get it." Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Your ass out, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
He's never getting out. There won't be another Diddy Bop. There won't be another all white. There's no Hamptons. It's done. He's never getting out. We're never gonna see him. We're never gonna see him again for as long as we live.
And I will say, no matter how
other
bad,
people are gonna get arrested involved with that are like
Of course,
that were
'cause
involved?
it takes more than just one to tango. Of course they are, but the ones that were victims will not be getting like the actual victim. You see, Cassie clearly
No, I'm
admitted
not
what
about the
she was.
victims. I meant like the people that were co-conspirators. I mean, like that's what I mean, not the victims. I hope you
But
know.
that's a hard thing to define what a co-conspirator would be versus what a victim would be, though. Only because
Co-cons-
I just want to give an example. Like Cassie admitted that she was a part of
no,
that.
but
She would
Cassie's a victim. Though,
find.
like in the like definition from my professor, like a co-conspirator would be like a little Rod, or not a little Rod because he was a victim too. I would say like a Trey Songz or like a Fab, like the people that knew what he was doing but didn't say anything and that
Oh, that's
willingly
tough,
took part.
though. That's tough because
I mean, like
because they're
willingly took part.
scared. They could be scared or intimidated. So, like, I
I
mean,
don't think everybody was scared and intimidated though. I don't think everybody that was involved. Some people,
I'd be
majority,
scared or
like
intimidated.
a Dawn, and like a Dawn, I would say yeah, but I don't think every single person that was involved was scared. Because they have
That's
to
for the
be like,
DA.
that's like in that case, like Jay Z's the victim because Jay Z
I
has his
didn't say
own
that.
thing.
I never said that. I'm not
No,
saying
I'm
that at
saying
all.
like Jay Z would be a co-conspirator. He wouldn't be a victim to me. Like that's what I'm saying. That's an example. Like a Dawn, like she wasn't a co-conspirator. She was a victim. Like she wanted to
Or
leave,
like a
but she
DJ
couldn't. Blocked
Khaled will be
her.
a co-conspirator, like that, allegedly, with what we know, with what we're hearing from people, allegedly, like a
Yeah,
DJ
that's what I'm saying.
Khaled could be a co-conspirator, like that.
Yeah,
Now,
that's the
Yeah,
definition of like that.
I
I
look,
learned in
definitely more of
school.
a.
That's what I'm saying. Not yeah, it's definitely. I feel like a lot of
I'd look
victims
to
and a lot of
ask you
people that were
ladies
scared, and a lot
a
of people that went
larger
along with it.
question.
What?
How do we now, because like I don't listen to like I was never that big of an R. Kelly fan, but the music is definitely it's difficult because there are some R. Kelly songs that remind me of wonderful
A
times
good
with my
time.
friends. And so
Exactly.
it reminds me of it's the people that it reminds me of. Like my friend Jamila, like she loved the R. Kelly Chocolate Factory song,
Oh my
and
Mhm.
I
god.
was in the army at that time. We were getting down in the barracks, dancing, just having a great time. So it reminds me of a wonderful moment in my life and wonderful people that I was around. And those memories, like I will never let go of those memories, but it's tough to separate the soundtrack from those memories. Now that we have Diddy, this producer, where like I heard that Cassie song the other day, like the video was on in a gay bar, and I was like, it ruined the
In
mood
your video, she looks so
because
sad.
I looked at her and I was like, oh, that's why you look so sad, because this man was
Yes.
abusing you, and it ruins the song. And
I
so
feel
I
like
wonder, now that we're having this hip hop reckoning and misogyny isn't aging well, how are we going to move forward with our music?
it's kind of
Mm.
hard to separate
Because
Diddy
so
though.
much of hip hop, especially older hip hop, like 90s hip hop, early
That's what I'm
2000s
saying.
hip
Like,
hop, I'm going to be honest, it's rooted in misogyny and homophobia. And also, I want to know, why are straight rappers talking about gays? If you're heterosexual, you should be so focused on vagina, you don't have time to worry about where I'm sitting my anus. But you're always concerned with my balloon knot. I don't care where you put your unwashed penis, but you worry about where I'm parking my balloon knot. Why?
I think there are so many I don't even know if anyone's clean. I don't know if anyone's clean. Um to say, how does this affect what we know, or in the future if I listen to them. I don't know. I don't know what's not tainted.
it's kind of hard because, like 99, 2000s, like, even if you don't want to listen to Diddy, it's like, he had a hand in so many other people's music, like 112
Oh my God, wait a minute.
and like
Is the
Maze,
reason that they
like,
kept thinking about gay men because Diddy was always trying to get in their butt? Is that why they were always talking about gays in their rap songs? Because they was trying to send that message to Diddy?
That's very possible. That's a very interesting theory. Yeah.
Possibly.
Because it's something that has always boggled my mind.
And they've always sort of said something like that. And it wasn't all like, you know how like in some reggae songs, like it will be like in some reggae songs, it will be like not very kind things about gay people. This
like
in
Long
America
Shot.
wasn't that. This was like almost like keep away from me. So maybe it was. Maybe it was something for him. I don't know. That's a very interesting theory.
Because I'm like, why are y'all thinking about gay men? Because I'll tell you something. I don't spend my days thinking about heterosexuals.
I don't think about lesbians at all. I never,
Exactly.
if I see, oh my God, hey, like, you know, like if you sit, if you come across,
You'll say, hey, sis, and sit
yeah,
down and commiserate. And it's like, well, we're both women, so we can definitely talk about that.
yeah, I don't spend my time thinking about what other people are doing like that. That's very interesting. Yeah, they seem to. So yeah, I do wonder. I'm just waiting. You know, I don't want to put any like alleged victims out there, but there is so much talk about Justin Bieber. I really do. Um, I hope he's okay. And I really do hope that if he was affected by this, I do hope he gets the help he needs. And I do want him to, at some point, if he can, like, let us know what did happen to him. Because we all have, like, thoughts of what happened to him as far as him knowing that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sad because I feel like whenever you see him, he just looks like he's just like he's alive, but he's not living. Like it's sad.
You
The,
saw that recent one? You see that
What you
recent
say?
video of, it was a recent video. I think it was from this year. It wasn't old. It was, like, from, like, this year. Or it was from this year into last year. Diddy, like, saw him outside and he barely like moved. He barely Justin Bieber barely moved and Diddy was just like patting him like on his chest a lot. And people were
Oh wow.
speculating that he might be wearing a wire or something like that. Like maybe he's checking for a wire. And he looks visibly
disturbed.
he
Like,
looked
I don't want to be
visibly
around.
disturbed.
Yeah, like I hope he does go to therapy because he needs.
That's so sad. It's really sad. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
because the other thing,
I just thought it was the stress of having been famous for all that time, because that can definitely wear on
Take
a
a toll
person.
on
And it
somebody.
was the moment when, like, kind of like Beyonce said on her song 16 Candles, when like you have that moment of like, okay, I'm an adult now, and then you look back and you realize like, oh, I gave up a lot of my life and a lot of my childhood to get here, and you wonder like, was it worth it? Would it have been okay to be a normal? I thought it was much more of that. But now that this has all come out, it's like, ooh, that tracks too.
and to be like, think about, I don't know if anyone has ever been like scared to death of a person, but think about like a person being so famous. And like maybe if you ever even had the strength or the courage to say something happened to you, that no one would believe you. And that unfortunately people would just think of it as, oh, like he probably didn't give you a record deal, or he probably didn't pay you for this
I
song or
feel
this
like every
money.
black person can relate to that when we have to talk to the police.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
every black person can relate to
Because we're so
there's
dramatic
no
or not
point
believed.
in telling anyone because no one will believe us. I think every
Yeah.
black person can relate to that.
Yeah.
Especially black women, and when it comes to being raped and stuff like that, it's always
We just saw that
so
woman that
exciting.
called the police about possibly being robbed, and then she had water
Yeah.
boiling, and she called the cops for protection, and she ended up being a victim.
Yep.
Very sad. But yeah, I just and then for this person to be so famous, like just everywhere, all the time, getting the key to the city, and you may know something different about them. That is just really, that's a prison to be in. So anyway, I hope he's
That's why
okay. I mean, who knows?
happy Cassie spoke out because now people's plus starting to feel safer and just realize that it's time Because you know,
And the
back
more
then,
time, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, no, I was just saying, like back then, it would have been a lot harder. Like before the Me Too movement and everything, you know, stuff with women was so different. That's like speaking out back then, it would have been like a death sentence. But now people take consent differently, and now it's more known that it's not right what you were
And
doing.
also and also we are, I hate to say it, but this shows the danger of homophobia.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have, especially,
Mm.
and I'm going to say it, especially in the black community, if we did not have such staunch homophobia, such life threatening homophobia, and there are black trans women being killed every day, there are black gay men being killed every day, but our deaths get swept under the rug. But if it
Yeah.
wasn't for homophobia, the staunch homophobia in our community, Diddy wouldn't have had the leverage. It would have been okay, I'm gay. So what? Oh my goodness, I had sex with a man. And
Yeah, it's sad because it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
there are so many. Like it's definitely like a multi-layered conversation because there's so much in this one person like that's happened, but that's a very big part of it, especially because he was recording it. He was recording it whether you were consenting or a victim or not. He was recording it, and for you to be, let's just, I don't want to, I mean, I don't want to really use a real person, but let's just say it was Meek Mill, right? And he was doing that with him and it was recorded. Yeah, yeah, you're like, you could never say that, you could never. Ugh, that's so sad.
yeah, because it's like, and I feel like a lot of the male victims that like a Justin Bieber and other stuff. I'm not saying it did happen, but if it did, I feel like a lot of them won't speak out because even though we progressed, it's not enough. So I feel like people will still, there's still and people out there that would be like, you know,
because
call
coming
him
out would also
homosexual
be
and call him
admitting
all.
I'm bisexual.
Alex, I have
So
a
we're just
paralegal
like,
question to ask you. A paralegal question. So if this does go to trial, um, is everything on the table? Like, could we would we now learn? Let's just say, would we now learn what the settlement actually was for Cassie, and would we now learn who the potential victims were?
Could be.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
I would say exactly. It's because they're now victims may go under Jane Doe
I was
or
about to
John Doe. Victims may choose to have their identities redacted. So there are some identities we may never find. There are
mm,
some that the court will
right.
force into open court where it's like, we don't really care, Mary J. Blige. You're going to have to take the stand and you've been subpoenaed. And if you don't, then you'll be held in contempt of court. And
Hmm.
Lori
those things
Harvey.
are public record. So it depends on how hard the government wants to play the game.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
the government can't, like, the government can make you do what they want you to do. Like, there are victim protections, but that will even only extend so far.
I was just about to say, yeah, they can definitely, the feds definitely, like you said, if they want you to do something, sadly, it might be done whether you want to or not.
And I will say the fact that in the indictment, they mentioned 1,000 bottles of baby oil, they are playing this court in the trial of public opinion as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, definitely, hundred
because
percent.
also, why I think they did that is because also to show like, how do you put it, like oh, like we know a lot. And I don't, so we know a lot. So we need whoever was possibly involved, since we even know this, or we even found these. Who knows where those even were? Those could have been in some like private downstairs basement layer where only some people have access to. And it's probably like flashing like the people that could involve, hey, we know this. Come on over here because we know this. So either you're going to come over here or we're going to find you. That's kind of also why I think that they did that as well. Gave some of those details.
Yep, to let them know we ain't playing. We know your
Yeah,
business.
And we
I'm
have the
about to say
tapes.
that
They said that we have the tapes.
the
Crazy.
feds know. If the feds come knocking, just tell them the truth because they already know. 9 times out of 10.
The key is don't do anything that makes the feds come knocking.
Yeah, well,
Especially not
definitely
like
number one,
this.
but
Especially not like this.
yeah,
This is
because
huge. This is huge.
this
Oh
is
my God. It's
yeah.
just, and they are gonna unearth so many other things with this because they're gonna talk to, old security, current, well, they subpoenaed current security and current securities, any sort of tech that they would have had. Like they're gonna unearth a lot of things about
Do you
any
guys
involvement.
think the kids know anything? At least the sons. I don't know about the daughters, but
I think they
do you
have
think they know
Stockholm
anything
syndrome.
about?
So I don't consider them kids the way we consider kids. I don't
Yeah,
consider
that's
them
Okay.
definitely a level
innocent
of
kids like the way.
brainwashing.
Yeah, I know they
I
have
now
Christian
there's
and
also
Justin has,
rumors about his son Justin being involved in this. I think the other kids are too young.
I know Christian had that, case with the yacht worker, so but I did hear Justin was kind of involved too
Also,
somehow.
I'm not trying to slap a yacht worker.
Ever. Ever.
Like,
Someone
one,
doesn't make
your job is to keep me safe on the boat. So I'm just happy you're here.
But and so then where would they have learned that behavior? I've never at any damn age of my life, almost 36 years, have I ever said, "Oh, you won't take my coupon for these kind bars, or I'm gonna slap you." No one's like that's not
Right?
something that just
And
lives in us.
these are yacht employees. Like, no one on earth kisses your ass like a yacht
More than they
employee.
do.
Because you
Mhm.
already spent $200,000 to be there and they know it and they act like it. But then they know, oh, you're rich and you're going to tip us at the end of this. So whatever you ask them, if you ask them for a milkshake at 3 a.m, they're going to make you a milkshake at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's what you signed up for, where it's like they can't even be upset. It's like there's always somebody on staff to tend to your needs. Like that's what they're paid to do. They have their shifts staggered. So it's not like, oh, you're working these poor people. It's like, no, there's several crew. They work all different times. And also if I spent $200,000 on a boat for a week, I'm gonna be awake as much as possible. I'm not going to bed. I'm staying awake for the full week to get my money spent.
Who you telling?
Stone crab.
You drinking a 4-hour energy?
Yeah. So I don't consider them like kids like that. So I feel like when people talk about like, oh, about the kids, those aren't regular kids.
Like his kids as in his children. No, like that.
You ever say that he did a video, it was an Instagram live, maybe early last year or the year before. And it was all his kids and like a young white girl. Does anybody remember that? They were
Mm-hmm.
they were
Yeah,
a
that
friend
Ava
of.
Combs. He supposedly adopted her or something.
Yeah. That
Mm-hmm.
forever lives with me. It just seemed like, and she was just
Creepy.
talking, and he was like, "No, don't say it. They'll think you're holding something that she said." And he was like, "No, don't say it. They'll think that you're not here on your own, for whatever, like something like that." And I'm like, she probably wasn't. She probably wasn't. But I think about her a lot. That Ava, yeah, the Ava Combs.
Yeah,
Okay, now
her
let's
Instagram
have
was
a
private.
silly moment with this,
Wow.
because we know this is deep, this is dark, but we are humans and we get through moments like this through laughter.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see a lot of Halloween costumes this year based on this case. I want a group of 1,000 friends
Good night.
to dress as the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I want to see it.
I don't even know 4 friends.
I would say that I don't either. I don't either. But I would love to see, or just 1,000 random people. Like that would be the most ultimate flash mob.
Right?
That would be interesting.
Everybody dress up as a bottle of baby oil. Some Johnson & Johnson, some store brand. Everybody with their own unique concept.
I could see the 2C being a costume.
Oh,
I
Oh
can see that
God.
being a costume. Or a Diddy
I would
2C
love
costume. I can see that
right.
100%.
oh my
A
God.
pink powdered nose. Yeah.
I could see that.
I can see it now because I would get, oh, I'm trying to think of how I would do that. Okay, so
I
you
was just
get
about
some
to
heavy
say.
plastic.
You make it, yeah, you would probably just wear pink and make like a heavy, yeah, like a plastic, make yourself into a Ziploc bag in pink.
No, I would no,
Yeah.
I would make myself into a Ziploc bag and I would be in like regular clothes, but then I would just have like the Ziploc bag filled with pink flour.
Yeah. I can see that definitely being a
Oh
costume
my
this year.
God. Oh, that's a good
I can
idea.
see New York City doing that immediately.
I'm
Stay
about to
tuned.
say, you already know someone up here is gonna be dressed like that. You
New York
already
is
know.
definitely doing that. It's gonna be a New York
We
costume. I'm not
don't
gonna see
take
that over here.
nothing. We're not serious at all up here, okay? And I love it.
It's gonna be a lot of Diddy
Seriously.
costumes. It's just so
Oh
crazy.
God.
I just really think this is such a unique case. It really
This is
gives
going to be the
Batman
trial of the century.
bigger than OJ.
Bigger
Yeah,
than
definitely.
because this is a net that cast wide. Wide
Mhm.
is, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it.
Don't.
I'm not even
I
gonna
know
say
what you're gonna say.
I mean,
no, you don't.
up, upper level people are involved in this that probably won't even go down for it. It's crazy too.
No, Damien
Because
seems dead serious. They're gonna go. Southern District Attorney Damien, I think his last name is Wilson. I'm not sure. He's not
Damien is
playing.
going to use this to run for president on or senator. This, you know, you see, when
definitely.
you have cases like this with civil servants,
Kamala.
Oh
you
yeah,
have
it's
to
a once in a lifetime case.
exactly.
What?
Exactly. He is in line to be the next Kamala because he is now New York. Well, probably doesn't get world famous now, but definitely New York famous. And he is going to say, "You want to talk about tough on crime?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's building his reputation in front of us. I prosecuted corrupt celebrities. I prosecuted the corrupt mayor of New York City.
Done.
I like that is a slide in to the governorship, or you could honestly with this, you could skip that governorship and head to Senate or Congress, and I would even say with this Senate and get on the
Yeah.
fast track
Definitely.
to the presidency
Yep.
because it's a
Yep.
black job now. It's a black job.
Yeah, he's definitely made for me to know like his full Southern District Attorney Damien, like he's not kidding. So I don't think whoever is subpoenaed and questioned and whatever names come up, I definitely think he is taking full, like he's not letting anyone off the hook if it's valuable.
Yeah, he
That's what
said
I think.
he's not leaving anything off the table, so that means he wants it all,
I highly encourage you.
which is good to hear.
Yeah, he's not
That
kidding.
means which
He's
is
that
good
serious.
because man needs to be in jail for forever after all the
We're never
stuff
gonna
he
see him,
did.
girl. No more Diddy Bops. Done. Not one other Diddy Bop. No more. Yeah, not saying it's over
Maybe this
with.
can be a
That's
rise in the
why
era
people
of
are.
the lady producer, of the woman producer. I don't want to say female because that like straight black men use that word offensively. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to say female. We'll say lady. We'll say woman. I like lady. I do like lady. I think lady is going out of use. We need to bring lady back.
I love Lady.
We need to bring lady die. But it
But
will
I
never be Lady Giselle or Lady Robin.
never.
It could be Lady Karen.
Lady Eloise. Eloise.
We could give Lady Eloise. Lady Ella motherfucking Weeze.
I'm dead.
But never Lady Giselle.
No. I
What
also
do you guys
think
think
that
about?
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna ask, what do you guys think about Jennifer Williams getting married to Christian?
A fool, not
And
interested.
how
Like things
long
that
do
are
you
like
think it would
foolish.
last?
Mm-mm. That woman's what, 55 years old,
Now,
I
making poor
know.
choices. Mm-mm.
Like, come on. If I'm that slow in that age, just I don't know, just lock me up somewhere because
I could
that's a damn
never
fool.
be with a man that hit a previous partner.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you
Say
were
that
seeing the
that
Yelp
is
reviews.
that's something I
Mm-mm.
could never forgive. Like,
That's
if
not
you
a real
told me you
woman.
murdered somebody, I'd say, well, what did they do? Let's
Mm.
talk about it. Like, were you fighting for your life? Was there a reason? Because it could be justified.
Yeah,
But you, mm-mm. Because
seriously.
I'm very much like Dolores Claiborne, honey. You hit me one time. One of us is going to the boneyard.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't gonna be me. So,
Mm-mm. Like, I
and then
don't.
for her to
You
say
will
like,
never. You will raise $1 million before you raise a hand to me.
seriously.
Yeah.
And then when he said in that scene, oh, he should have just let her drive so she could have just crashed. I was like,
He's
you
an
really think
idiot.
this
Like I
guy
can't with the idiots. These
like
women and he's
what?
and you know what's
Such a
unfortunate?
picnic.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
my niece is what, 16. She's not. She has no idea who these people are. Thank God. But my problem is that some people do. And when you get on
Yeah.
like the internet or you read a comment or something, it's like these people really think these antics are okay. It's just so crazy to me. So I don't know. I don't.
Like for her to say that on TV, like he should have just let her drive. The fact that she had to jump out of a four-story, like that tells you something. And for you to
He was
just
crazy and was gonna kill her. Yeah, tells you a lot.
exactly, and for you to just be like, oh, well, she shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. What could he do? Like, what? Are you serious? Like, you need a man that bad? You're just gonna be like, F it,
To make you
like,
feel relevant. It's disgusting. It really is.
And here, no,
Um,
no, 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 no. Hold on. It's not wanting a man that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man. It's a human condition. We all want love. We all want family. That is to be human. So we
I don't
can't
want a man
fault
that
her.
bad
We
though.
can't fault her for that. It's
No,
girl. Why
her
can't you
choice
get?
of
Here's the
man.
thing. Go on and find a man that you can pay for. Find a man that you can afford,
Exactly. Be a sugar
and then
mama.
purchase that one. You trying to spend out of your price range.
Mm.
it's just horrible to see. I just don't. I don't know. I used to really like her. Like when she was talking about her first marriage and getting away from people, and she always seemed like she had a tiny bit more sense than Evelyn for me. I haven't watched the
But she
show
has
in years,
horrible,
but
Right, it was
horrible
kept.
taste
Evelyn
in
was the
men, though.
smart one because Evelyn stays paid.
I haven't
Evelyn,
watched
Well,
in
you
because
years
you
she's
though.
risked
smart,
her
because she
retirement
should have.
plan. Like
She
Wendy
should.
Williams said, she knows how to keep a cash register, baby.
Register. Oh my god,
The chick,
that was epic.
I'll tell. Now she didn't pass that smarts on to her daughter. That's
I
why
was
she
about
got
to
pregnant
say
by
she
the
didn't teach
bankrupt
her
game.
daughter the game. Because how
Well, also, but
Crazy.
her daughter
I'm
is
not
ugly.
having.
Her daughter is ugly. Well, I'm not going to say the what she. Well, compared to her mother, the genes skipped a generation. Her eyes are as far apart as a hammerhead
You
shark's.
always
It
call
just
that
felt
girl a
like
hammerhead shark.
Her eyes are farther apart than Brandy's.
that's funny. But it's like you waited all
And
this
that's why
time to have
Brandy
a
hit that woman. But I
yeah.
digress.
Stop because Brandy's eyes are really
I'm
far
going to hell.
apart.
I'm
That's
going
so
to
bad.
hell. Going to hell.
Her eyes are so far apart. Stop.
And Evelyn's daughter's eyes are even further. So I'm sorry, but Evelyn is a bad bitch.
No, she
Evelyn's
is though.
daughter is Evelyn's
She's
daughter. Like she ain't no Evelyn. I'm gay.
well. She
And
shouldn't have
I'm like,
waited
yeah,
100
I'm sorry. I
years.
can still see how but now even Evelyn don't look like she used to. But she capitalized on her looks while she could.
Yeah, but my
Just
baby
really
daddy.
quick though. I know we left the talk, but I just have to say this. Remember how you were asking us about how will this affect like hip hop and all that?
Yeah.
What I think
Mm-hmm.
would be interesting is what's the word for being let down? Well, I guess you can say disappointed. Um,
Frustrating.
yeah, as a culture, because what if we find out that many, like many, if not all, of our favorites and we'll say stand up people of the Black entertainment culture have dibbled and dabbled
Well,
I
from
mean, you heard
this.
about Usher. You heard Dawn. She said, Usher and Neil was there when he punched Cassie, and they didn't do anything. And then Usher was with Russell Simmons, and what he got going on. So I feel
I'm
like,
thinking bigger though. I'm not thinking like, I mean, like what if
like he's
I mean we
surrounded
already
by
know
all
about like rumors about Kevin Hart. But like think about who's really on like I
I
think the
say
only
bump them
safe
all
one
because that gives room for me and Chris and the new generation of non-problematic entertainers to shine.
who
I say get rid of all the old rot.
yeah.
And it gives
who's the
room
old
for
rock.
people like me and Chris and Bondi and Jay Lee to shine. It gives
Yeah,
room for the new artists that don't hurt or drug women to shine. And I think we deserve some shine.
I agree.
Definitely, yeah.
I
We
think
just
I
saw
do
the
want a
thing from
flushing. I
previous
want a
talk.
flushing.
Shits and giggles don't respect Black women. Me and Chris do. So y'all can listen to us instead of them. Let's start moving on from the problematic and celebrating those that actually celebrate us.
Hopefully this
Honestly,
inspires that.
yeah.
Like I celebrate the audience that celebrated me for all these years. That's changed my life. That's come into my life for the better. That's made me a sharper comedian, a funnier comedian, a more sensitive comedian. But I will still cuss you out. But now I make sure to cuss you out for your actions. I make sure that my jokes can't be misinterpreted. And I thank you.
And I kind of want to find out the arrangement with Diddy and what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Lori Harvey. I think there's so much with that. I think there's so much with
And
that.
she's a part of it. Carisha too.
Well, yeah. But like Lori Harvey. Okay, Alex.
His
Wait, I'm sorry.
son
Wait, hang
and
on. Let me
his
come. I'm getting so excited, Shari and Alex. Hang on. The fact that Lori Harvey is in a primetime NBC premium television show
wait.
starring Don Cheadle,
Don Chadal.
Don Cheadle. And what's so funny, I've been saying Don Cheadle for 2 weeks now. I don't know why I said Cheadle today.
I swear, I swear, there are a few things that I want to do with my life. One, I want to introduce Chris to Beyonce. I want to be able to do that for him. I want to be that funny and that talented where I can make that moment for him happen. And I want it to be me that gives him that. I want it to be me.
Aww.
I feel if you don't want to make your friends happy, then why are you friends with them?
That's beautiful. No, that is beautiful. And he would lose his entire.
Oh,
You have to call the get the
He
AED.
would act like me because he is so cool, calm, and composed. He'd probably shit himself.
But like for Lori Harvey to be in a show with Don Cheadle, Kevin Hart, Samuel L. Jackson, Terrence Howard, Taraji P. Like star-studded show.
Fight of the night or fight something like that.
But yeah, Fight Night. That came out of nowhere,
wow.
and to me, it came out of. I'm not saying she's named in anything or if she's unfortunately been a victim or so. I don't know that. But that was very strange for her to randomly.
Like I changed my draws, but anyway.
But like it's just very for her to be built up that fast.
It's who you know, and I guess who you screw.
I'm not saying that like I said, because she could also be a victim too. So I'm not saying that, but it's just very weird. And I don't know.
It was very much like Steve Harvey and that succubus he's married put that heifer up for the highest bidder, allegedly.
I agree. I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah.
We're not saying it's that. We're not saying that it's that. We're saying it feels like she was off. It feels like that old song by Reba McEntire, "Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down."
Because that man is 50 years old. You're sitting there with your stepfather and your mom, And that
Well,
man
dear
is
me
50
for what
years
I
old.
do. But if you want out, it's up to you. Now don't let me down. Now your daddy gonna move you uptown. Just be nice to the gentleman fancy. They'll be nice to you.
Alex, have you
Give
ever
me
seen
that.
the movie Sweet Charity?
No, I never saw that.
I feel like you would like that movie. It's a musical.
I've heard of it. I was gonna say, I was like, I've heard of it as a musical.
Yeah, everyone it's great. I think you should just look for the clips online, but it's really I think you might like it.
I'm more of a company girl. Here's to the ladies who lunch. Everybody laugh.
It
Lounging
has
in their caftans and planning a brunch on their own
they
behalf.
they sing Big Spender in it. Paula Kelly's in it. Sammy
Yes.
Davis Jr.
Spend a little time with me.
Me. When are we doing our Golden Girls night? When are we doing that? We have to do that.
I feel like, you know what, we're going to do that around Thanksgiving because it's going to
Okay.
be spooky season all until because you know I love my horror movies. I love
Mhm.
my horror movies. But I could see that being like a cute nostalgia between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then also, I have to move. I'm moving to Philadelphia soon.
Oh my God! What? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, how did I miss
Yeah,
that? When did you announce that? I missed that. Oh, well, I'm excited for you.
I've mentioned it a couple of times. I guess I have to do like a whole official video announcement. We're going back to the East Coast. I'm getting my real estate license again, and I have to finish school, and I want to do live shows with Chris. Like, there's a million reasons that I want to go
Oh,
back.
well,
And also,
congratulations. We look so forward to the next chapter. We really do. We love you. You know, we love you. And we love Chris. So it's going to be great.
wonderful, because I'll be putting up a GoFundMe.
Okay. Well, I'll be donating. I'll be supporting.
I was like, should I? And I said, well, you know what? Since there's not a BravoCon this weekend and it is getting the band back together, and the thing is, nobody puts, anything to your head saying you have to donate. You do not. You just watch the show. If you're like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Somebody else gonna do it. I ain't got $20. That is fine. Like, there is no judgment. But I know there are people that are like, I'd actually like to help you, and why turn that down? Why turn down somebody who wants to make my life easier because they've gotten a kick out of the show that I've been doing for free for the past 12 years?
You're right. And I'm here. I am. I was just, watching,
And I
and
appreciate it.
I have YouTube Premium because of you.
Yes!
Dead serious. Dead serious. And
and here's the thing. And also, and I love that because too, when you watch Jay Lee, when you watch Bondi, when you watch Chris, when you watch all the, the Black YouTube collective, or as some people like to say, our sector of YouTube. Our sector. That means everybody getting paid, and you don't have to watch the commercials.
Yeah, I love it.
YouTube Premium, and I can watch whatever I want. I know I'm supporting the artist, and I ain't got to look at a damn commercial. It is worth it.
And I just became a member also of your channel.
So you can get rid of Spotify.
Oh, I still have Spotify. Oh, because of the playlist. I've made so many
that is how they keep
sentimental.
Them playlists.
Yeah, I have like a birthday playlist.
Like, I gave up Spotify about 4 years ago. I was like, okay, I'm just paying people to pay people. And that was the first time I actually had extra money where I was like, you know what? I can have both. What the hell? And then I was like, okay, you had your what the hell moment now. Let's be real. So, but I was like, am I going to give up these playlists? And I was like, these are songs that you listen to anyway. You're 40. You don't listen to new music anymore.
We don't.
I love it. We don't.
We have no idea what's going on with who. I'll play a little new like dance electronica here and there. But
it really is.
I have records. I've got records.
Oh my God, it really is.
I still like listening to music.
I like the new girl, K-Tronda. There's
K-Tronada is amazing.
Yeah,
and the Victoria Monet.
But that's the thing, you got to be really amazing and somewhat reminiscent to get us, over 40. Because it's like, baby, we remember when music was music. We remember Caught up in the rapture of
Yo,
love.
yo.
A
Anita, honey,
feeling
Anita.
so brand new.
Hey,
Caught up in the rapture of you. Like,
Sade.
Sade!
Sade. I
This
do.
is no ordinary love.
Oh, a rainy.
No
Stop.
ordinary love.
hey.
I'm about to put it on. I
Wait,
think we
hold
have
on.
the
I'm
actual
back
record.
in.
I love Tierra Marie. That's my girl.
LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe two, they'll make you a star. 4 weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. Boom, 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 boom. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Francisco. See, now that's the time. That's not what's happening now. So,
That's when they were making real music. Walk on by.
come on, Dion.
Foolish pride, that's all that I've got left. So let me hide the
The
tears
tears
and the
and the
sadness
sadness
you
you
gave
gave
me
me.
when
I'm
you said
so
goodbye.
sad.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby, walk on by.
the
My
best.
grandmother loved Dionne Warwick, and Sarah Vaughan was like her sister.
You guys
Yeah.
like Brian McKnight still?
No, that's done.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
can't. I
Oh,
can't
the
do
one that
it.
won't acknowledge his black children?
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
it's
Now,
so
my
sad.
I
See, I
can't.
can't. I'm not out. You know what? I'm gonna keep it cute and keep it on mute.
Like
I'm good.
literally.
I'm gonna keep it
It's sad.
cute and on mute.
You
I was
know,
about to say something, but
me too.
I'm gonna
But
keep it to myself.
I even felt a way when Gerald Levert told who was it? Kim Whitley that she couldn't be a star. I felt a way about that. So I damn sure will feel a way about Ryan McKnight not acknowledging his black children. Like there's no way. So he's done, and I hear like, is he still even trying to still tour? No one's going to see him. It's a
Yep,
wrap.
everybody in DC didn't go.
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Fool.
that's
Such a
not right.
disgusting fool.
She really is. It's sad.
And speaking of disgusting fools, Janet really got her ass handed to her, questioning Kamala's blackness.
What
But
do you
did
guys?
you?
How do you feel
Sorry.
about that? So now we're just gonna do
I'm
that.
over people questioning and policing blackness from those that are showing up in the community doing the work.
Here's what I have an issue with Janet doing that. Not besides it's unnecessary, but her gripe with Kamala has nothing to do with Kamala being black. Her gripe with Kamala is, Kamala was the prosecutor on the Michael Jackson case.
I didn't know
Did
that.
you know that?
No.
I didn't know that.
Oh, do a quick Google and yeah, gag. That's her. What I believe her issue is. And Donald Trump stood up for Michael during that exact time. Yeah, there's a lot. It's so much. You know what's so funny? This newer generation, I'm not saying it in a shady way at all, but anyone under the age, I mean, I know Alex, you said you didn't know, I know you're 40, but anyone like 28, 25, they really don't know like what history is as far as like
Oh please,
the commingling of people and
Gen
like
Xers are so slow, and like they didn't. Parents didn't teach them anything, and the school's not teaching them anything, and all they care about is being on the phones, TikToking. They don't know.
but you had to be here too. Like for this, like you would have had to have seen like Kamala giving an interview. You would have had to have seen that like to be alive in real time.
Also, there is another reason that I'm moving to Philadelphia. Sorry to change topics,
The
but
Philly cheesesteaks.
Hey,
since
I love Philly. Oh my god.
it's actually not the cheesesteaks. I will say that now, this may change. I'm not the biggest cheesesteak person.
Me either.
Wow. Wait till you go to Max's
I was
and
just gonna say it may change. But also like I'm trying to get rid of the weight that I've gained back.
mm,
There's
Well,
that.
do it after you
But
eat.
I will say Philadelphia is delightfully affordable. And one of the things I would like to do there is you cannot prevent gentrification. You can only yield it to your favor. Because everything has to change. If things don't change, they die. Can we all agree that that is the truth?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now that we know things must change, it is about how they change. And they can either change in your favor or they can change out of your favor. I would love to go there and, because I'm, a real estate agent, encourage, because Philadelphia is 40% Black, encourage Black home ownership, especially, I can help you with your HFA loan. Like, I'm going to bone up on things like that, bone up on the programs, which are also what a lot of real estate agents are afraid of, because that keeps us in ownership, which keeps our communities. And another thing that is like, it's screaming at me right now, we have to start buying commercial spaces in our neighborhood so that people cannot come in and rent them and change our neighborhoods. Another large symptom of gentrification can be fixed if we purchase commercial spaces and hold them in community trust, where we know the only people that are going to own the bodega on the corner, we're not going to let a Starbucks move in. It's going to be our bodega run by someone in our community because the community trust owns that property.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
We can prevent Philadelphia becoming another San Francisco or New York.
Yeah,
we can
that's
keep
what
the
we
Black
need to
people,
do.
and not just the Black people. If you were there before you get pushed out, I want to keep people from getting pushed out, because I have lived in two cities with enormous, horrible gentrification, and I really think we focus so much on residential, we forget commercial and food deserts are so much of a part of a vital community.
Yeah.
So true.
And I'll do that shit for free.
I love that. And I'm excited to see that with you. It's going to be great.
I'll do a show about it. Well, I'll do a show about it, so I guess I would make some money off of it. But it would
you definitely would.
Other communities. I still have to eat. But I wouldn't charge for those services. Where it's like, hey, let's have a clinic on how to get your FHA home loans. And also a lot of them will pay the agent's commission.
Wow.
The checks take a minute though. Them checks take them government checks. They'll come in, but they take 6 months. And that's also why some real estate agents aren't as well versed, or even are a little apprehensive about doing, program deals, because when you close with an on-market deal, everybody shows up with checks. Like, you show up with a check or you ain't getting your house.
Yeah, that's true.
They like, yeah, we'll get you your check. 6 months. 6 months.
That's very true, because we have I'm sure it's everywhere. You ever heard of, I'm sure you've heard of it, NACA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that. Like, it's not everybody's like a NAC wants to do like NACA work. Not every agent. But speaking of food, you're gonna absolutely love the Wegmans in Cherry Hill. You're gonna go crazy.
God, girl, I grew up in New York. I know Wegmans.
But the one in Cherry Hill.
Wegmans.
Cherry Hill, though. It's insane.
Now, where is Cherry Hill in Philly?
So it's in Jersey, but it's not far from Philly.
It's like Philly, Jersey. Mm-hmm.
It's like right there. Like it's like near the airport, maybe. It's near Philadelphia Airport.
Yeah, it's pretty
You're
close.
like my mother.
What?
You are just like my mother. Trying to get me to buy a car.
Yeah, you'll need a car.
Airport, I gotta be driving. Like, I'm planning, like. So I told her, I was like, I'm gonna move to Philadelphia, and she was like, "Oh, are you gonna get a car when you get there?" Because I told her I was gonna go back to real estate. She's like, "Are you gonna get a car?" And I said, "No, I don't ever want to be car dependent again." And she said, "What?" I've never heard an adult say that to me in my entire life. I don't want to be car dependent. And whenever I say something she doesn't agree with, she always loves to repeat it as if I spoke a foreign language. I don't want to be like there's a little ball bouncing. I
Car
don't want to
dependent.
be car dependent.
Dependent on a car. An adult dependent on a car.
But you can get in a car and go wherever you want. I said I can do that too with a plane. And I have been for many years.
Well,
but why wouldn't you want a car? Are you going to purchase me one? I would love a Maserati Levante. They retail for about $74,000. Insurance would be another $800, but you got it. And then silence. Silence. Now, my father would never ask me if I wanted a car unless he was ready to buy me one.
Ooh, there you go again. Playing that 17-year-old game. I am so excited for you to come back to Philly because I will.
He wouldn't have said shit.
Never would have came up.
Never would have opened his mouth. He would have. All he said when I told him, told him to move to Philadelphia, and I said I'm going to finish school. Oh, thank God you're going to finish school. That's so important. That's what he said. Not, are you going to get a car? See how the difference is. He never mentioned the car.
Never came up.
Never came up. But you, the first thing out your mouth, and a whole conversation about why I don't want a car. And I was like, I haven't driven in damn near 20 years. When I think about what I've saved in all that time has really allowed me to live a much more authentic life. I feel like, think about what you would have spent on a car over 20 years.
Yeah. Not like, let alone gas, obviously.
Girl,
but
no. I'm talking about
payment.
all. I'm talking about it all. Gas.
Alignment, oil
insurance.
change.
Just gas maintenance and insurance. Even if you take out the price of the vehicle, you still have the price of a vehicle.
I know someone that does like the auctions. Like she does like the auctions in Miami.
Ooh, okay. No, that's a smart woman.
Yeah. She finds someone.
Intelligent friend. I would look to her for financial advice. I would look to her for financial. And actually, if I am going to buy a car, I'm going to make sure that Demi, I'm going to get in touch with you so you can get in touch with her. She knows how to purchase.
I think it's only in Miami though. I don't think she can do it like in other states. I can always ask.
If she's doing it in Miami because that's where they have all of the expensive repossessions. The woman is brilliant. The woman is fucking brilliant. Hold on. I bet you she got a nice house, don't she?
I don't know. I don't know. But that's the way to go because when I was talking about getting, I'm gonna ride mine till the wheels fall off. But I said, yeah. She's like, you can get a nice car for like $5,000. Just pay $5,000, get you a nice car. Drive off the lot. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, so dealing with car payments, that's just not it. Who wants that kind of overhead stress?
And I was also saying, like, going back into real estate in Philadelphia, I would focus on Center City where I wouldn't need a vehicle to drive my clients around. And then as I moved into more suburban properties, then I would have to get a car. But it's like my real estate agent here, do you know what when I gave her the $1,800 for my apartment, do you know what she did? That was her last payment so that she could buy her new Audi SUV to drive her clients around.
Wow.
So if you're going to be a real estate agent with a car, you can't have a messy car and you can't have a not nice car. Like a Honda CRV is the lowest you could go. Because think about it, you're not just dealing with, one person, you're dealing with usually a couple and then they may have children. And so you've got to fit all of that into your vehicle.
It's going to be so exciting. I just see like a great chapter for you. I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited too.
Bronx is going to love Philadelphia.
I know I'm going to have to get him a new coat and shoes for the snow.
Yeah, it goes crazy over there.
But I also miss weather. California has been fun with, 365 days of sunshine. But there's a point when it's like, oh my God, it's the same day every day. This is like Groundhog's Day. I need a season. I need things to change.
Oh wait, are you coming before Christmas?
I'm hoping to be there in November.
I don't want to say something on the air because it's something I want you to come to. I'll IG you.
Yeah, message me.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure it's still happening, but I'll IG.
I don't know if I will be there before the inauguration or after.
Mm.
I also don't know if I'm going to go to the inauguration, even if I was there before.
It's going to be so expensive to stay. But yeah, it's going to be crowded. It's going to be a vibe. Assuming, Kamala, obviously.
I think we're going to win. I'm hoping. I will say this. We don't have the complacency that we've had in past elections. I think people are energized. And I think also now that, women's health is on the ballot, I think even white women are going to start thinking twice. I think especially white women that watch that show, what is it about Gilead on Hulu, Handmaid's Tale? I think some of them fans gonna go onto the polls, and regardless of what their husband's saying, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna vote for me, I'm gonna vote for my sister, I'm gonna vote for my daughter. I'm going to vote for women being able to make their own decisions about their bodies.
Yeah, there was a movement going on
about that.
With there was a movement going on with I'll say particularly white women. It was called like Your Husband Won't Know, like he's not in the booth with you. It was something of that nature, but I don't remember the exact name, but it was something like Your Husband Won't Know. Yeah. No one will know.
You're an idiot anyway, and you're waiting for the life insurance, but I digress. I will say I had one moment, and I've talked about this before, but I'll bring it up again. I was still in New York. And it was when not Love and Hip Hop, Growing Up Hip Hop had just started. And Bow Wow was dating Naomi. And it was that weekend that they got into that fight on the elevator. And so they ended up going to the hospital after because the police were called. And what happens when a woman goes to a hospital?
Mm-hmm. They check
a pregnancy test.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think happened after that?
Positive.
I get a message from a nurse at Grady Memorial.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Telling me that Naomi is pregnant. Giving me the tea to drop a story. Now, I could have broke the story and made a cute coin. But I was also like, well, she may not want to keep that baby. I ain't going to tell nobody that.
Smart, and thank you.
That could have affected her decision on whether or not to keep the baby. I don't want to affect that in any way. That is her choice. That is her life. That is her vagina, her uterus, her business. I should know.
You shouldn't know. And that was very wrong. Because what if you put that out? You know what I mean? What if someone put that out? That's horrible. It's like there's no space that's safe for anybody. That's awful that nurse did that. Well, so thank you.
Well, fortunately, I didn't put it out. And then years later, she talked about it, which is why I feel free to talk about it, because she talked about it on the show. Watch the show. She talked about it.
Yeah. So I fully respect that you didn't. That's insane that nurse would do that. Wow.
But some people would have taken the money.
Mm-hmm. In the cred, the clout of the cred.
But that's not how I want to get on.
No.
I don't want to get on with someone else suffering. I want to get on because I'm talented and funny. Not because I broke some story that could negatively affect her life, could negatively affect the child's life. No.
Just awful. So thank you. So yeah, we'll see. So we're ready to vote. We're ready. Well, early voting starts in. Hang on, I got the notice. I've seen mail-in or like people are with it. Like they're ready.
We're ready for a change. Our economy is not working. And I think also we realize, like, okay, well, it's not working because maybe somebody was there and we have a Senate that's, trying to stop us from doing anything that's going to actually help people. But, and then also, another thing, we getting ready to have universal basic income, or we're getting ready to go back to doing things by hand. Because we've gotten to a tipping point where billionaires are now acting not in their own best interest and they don't know it. We are now at a point in automation where we now don't need things to be as effective so that people can have jobs. All of these robots they're inventing, it's cute. It's really cute. But like now people are starting to sit back and laugh because they're like, okay, if you staff all McDonald's with robots, who's going? If you get rid of all of the jobs, where is our money going to come from?
And we're already seeing people don't have enough money as it is. People are getting second and third jobs.
And they don't, and there's not enough. And the thing is, and there's also second and third jobs because jobs don't have enough work.
Yeah.
I'm saying it out loud. I am saying it out loud. I am one of the few people that has more than enough work because I actually have to keep doing this. Nobody, like most people that work 9 to 5s, especially white collar, they work really 2 hours a day. Everything else is busy work or meetings, an excuse to act like you're busy. We are now at the point where there's not enough work. There's just not enough work. And you think robots are going to help things? Like, they're not going to help you make money because rich people don't go to McDonald's. They don't eat that trash. And now you've priced poor people out of eating it. So who's going?
A steak, egg, and cheese bagel, $11. Meal.
And also with robots, you're not going to lower the price. You're not going to lower the price. You're going to say, oh, well, they're expensive robots, so we have to charge $11.99 for a hamburger. And nobody's going to buy it. We are now at the point in Monopoly where, like, 2 people have all the money, and it's like, okay, it's kind of game over. And then if everybody dies, if you say, okay, well, we're not going to help people eat, and we're just going to let mass starvation happen, well, then there's not going to be anybody to buy your products, and therefore your money is worthless.
That's a very good point, yeah.
Be on top is if there are people beneath you. Without the people beneath you, the system collapses.
There definitely is a scarcity of work for people to have to keep trying to find other like jobs. Like their current job, their first job is not providing them with that, so they're getting third jobs. That's crazy.
And then now with all this automation, those third jobs are going to disappear. The bridge jobs, like the jobs that, people used to have, they're disappearing.
Yeah.
And so we're quickly getting to the point where universal basic income is necessary because in a minute we're going to have more people unhoused than housed. And when stuff like that happens, that's when people just start taking shit over.
And they will.
People start kicking doors in and illegally wiring. And when it's more people than you can, than a police force that can handle, what are you going to do? And we're getting to that point very quickly. Imagine what happens when McDonald's, starts to phase in these automated stores and Amazon starts to phase in more drone deliveries and start firing people. What jobs do you think these people are going to get? And where do you think they're going to go?
I've been to a few automated McDonald's though. I went to one in Orlando, Florida, and like in the Kissimmee area, and they had four employees. Like 2 were handing out the food, 1 was doing drive-through, and like the others were like they were cooking. And I'm just like, but you have to use the kiosk, that kind of thing. I'm like, wow, that's so that's just interesting, not having that person at a register to take your payment. Like I have to always just use the kiosk or go through the drive-through.
And then that also becomes a problem with customization of the order. But it's like, oh, now we can really charge you for extra sauces and extra that's another part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Versus Maria saying, "Oh, just add mac sauce."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's like, babe, like the whole thing is moments like that are what create customer loyalty. When people are like, oh, I'm not going, like, you're not going to give an inch, then I'm not going to give you my money. And
Yeah.
I'll go somewhere else. I'll go somewhere where I can ask Maria to put some extra on it, and it's not going to be a big deal. And also, you're McDonald's. You're not that good. You were cute when you were 59 cents for a hamburger when I was growing up. You have overinflated your value. And now we're seeing people ain't shopping there like that no more.
No, I don't go there. Like I enjoy a fillet of fish. I do. I haven't had one in maybe 2 months.
I
And
will
then
say
the
that is
steak
the one
bagel.
thing I will actually order from McDonald's.
The
I
steak
want
bagel is
a
good
fillet of
though.
fish and give me an extra side of tartar and a large fry.
But
And a
that's like
chocolate
once in a
shake.
blue. That's not like people
Exactly.
used to go there all the time. I used to go, huh?
And because it's gotten so fucking expensive, it's
Yeah.
like, well, shit, I'll go to the real fish plate. What are you eating? What are you eating? Sorry, Bronx was eating something. I spilled some. It was probably a macaroni. I spilled some in the kitchen.
they
I
just
fucked
find
up my
food.
macaroni and cheese. So I tried to
No.
use the orecchiette noodles, and
Mm-hmm.
I made it amazing. Like, I do love macaroni and cheese with orecchiette noodles. They're the ones that look like little bowls.
Yeah.
I made it amazing the first time. The second time it was too soupy, and I used too much egg, too much milk. Awful.
Damn. That sucks. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I've still got Bronx. How are you? Are you excited to move to Philadelphia? Do
There's
you
so many nice parks over there. Like, yeah, y'all gonna have a blast. Always something to do. Patty LaBella's there. It's gonna be fabulous.
I will say I can't wait to take him to Fire Island. I took him to the ocean here, and he, like, I was like, I'm an ocean swimmer, and he, like, would not let me get in the ocean. He kept, like, biting at my wrist and pulling me back. He was like, no.
Oh,
He was like, don't go in. And so I can't wait until we go to a warm ocean where it's like I can actually bring you in the ocean with me.
that's gonna be a nice summer. Spring, summer.
Spring, summer, fall, charade.
Have you been watching Phaedra on the Dancing with the Stars?
No.
I've watched the clip. I thought she did a nice job. But
Well, I'm
still.
not surprised that a worm can wriggle.
Oh my god. Oh, but Carl Winslow.
Oh, did he get
Yeah.
kicked off? Well,
Not that I've seen yet, but he's just not moving. Like
I'm not
legitimately
surprised. He, like,
not.
what did he ever move with Grace on Family Matters?
Okay, wait. Okay, of course. I mean, he's not moving though. Like, I need you to see what I'm saying. I need you to see it. Like everyone else is dancing, so you know how Mariah Carey doesn't really move when she dances with her background
Yeah.
dancers. It's like that, but worse. Doesn't move. Like we'll move an arm here or there and a leg here or there and do a spin here or there, but really he's not dancing. It's
I'm
kind of
not
sad.
surprised.
It's kind of sad to see though, because it's like, why is he there? Is it for the? It's for the check. He must need the check, and which is sad. I know I took it like, oh, I took it to a sad place, but it doesn't. Like I don't know. He used to dance on Million Matters though. He would move and do the Cabbage Patch, and
Well,
he would
how
do the
old is
Cabbage
he?
Patch. I don't want to leave the screen. I can look it up. Let me see if I look it up. If I'll leave the screen. I don't want to leave the screen. Let's see.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Reginald
Vale
Val
Johnson.
Johnson.
Because
He's
Dick Van Dyke.
72. He
Okay,
is
but Dick Van
72.
Dyke is still moving. Dick Van Dyke is 98 years old. Still jogs.
I had to cancel the damn Emmys.
Dick Van Dyke.
He is 72. He is doing just fine for a 72-year-old man.
Well, look. Well, I'm not making fun of him.
I wish I could go on a national show and show up for a check.
Look, I'm not making fun of him. It just seems like, yeah, he has to be there for the check. That's all. That's all.
He may not have to be there for the check. He may have just been bored. I will say that, like, I think he may have just been bored. Them Family Matters people, they got a good deal, they seem. Like, I think they're okay financially. Like, we never hear any of them complaining about money, ever. I think they're okay.
There's something, I don't want to say it. I don't know. But, Alex, I don't want to say it. Oh my God. There is a story about him.
Oh, yeah, the story, that was fake. That was proven to be fake.
Was it proven to be fake?
News. Yes, it was proven to be fake. That was the whole thing where if we played in each other's backsides, I wasn't trafficked, I'm grown. That was a joke tweet. It was funny. But yeah, it was proven to be fake. That was fake news.
I hope to God it was proven to be fake because someone said that they saw them. Yeah, I hope to God it was fake. That's horrible. Someone said they saw them.
And also somebody said they saw Richard Gere shove a hamster up his tuchus.
That was crazy. See, you had to be there for that time.
That rumor, though?
Yeah, that was a big time. That was a time.
Before the internet. And that was before the internet where just everybody knew that.
Yeah.
That really was amazing how that gossip just traveled all over America. Before the internet, before it was ever published, it was just a rumor that went around.
That was insane how that went around. I remember that. Wow. Yeah, Richard Gere. Love Richard Gere.
Fun fact, Richard Gere has one of the nicest houses in New York. He built an Italian palazzo on top of a building in the West Village. And like, you have to really be looking for it to see it. But like, sometimes you'll look up and it's like, oh my fucking God, that's a loggia. Like, it's like this Italian palace on top of
I gotta look it up. I'll look it up later.
Look up Richard Gere pink house.
Oh, it's a pink house?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, wow. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, he did that. That's stunning. That is incredible to have that in New York.
Yeah.
Palazzo Chupi. Yeah. Good for him. But yeah, that was a big rumor. That was nuts. I love Richard Gere. I love me some Richard Gere. I love me some Richard Gere and some Diane Lane and Diane Keaton. Those three, love those three.
I knew knew this guy that lived downstairs from Diane Keaton. Her penthouse was above his house, and I went to his house a couple of times.
Oh my God, I would have been outside, camping outside, waiting to see her. Been outside. Her hats and her comfortable clothing, overalls and boots. But I do have to skedaddle. Yeah, I gotta go walk my doggy.
I was going to say it's damn near been 3 hours. I need to get to what came on last night? Housewives of Salt Lake City. Well, thank you
we both didn't watch.
Joining me for this live, and I will see everybody soon.
Yes. Enjoy your day. Bye, Shari. Bye, Alex. See ya.